quick throw, and when you're picking the ball off the ground, that's a tough one.
So now you see that Hobart's going to start bringing different people. They've lined up the middle linebacker twice over to center, trying to blitz him from that spot. Now all of a sudden they're bringing heat from the outside. So they're going to change it up. They're going to bring all kinds of different guys to try and confuse the Andrean offensive line.
3rd down and long now for Andrean. It's a team that throws on 66% of their downs. So 3rd and 13 might not necessarily be an unachievable feat. And penalty markers down before the snap, and that'll make a 3rd and 13. We'll wait for the official call, but I believe it's going to push you to a 3rd and 18. And it's a sideline warning. So no movement of the football, just a warning for the Brickies sideline. I love a good 0-yard penalty.
It's a game stopper.
3rd down and 13.
Now, Hobart's lined up with 3 down linemen.
They only bring 3. 3 got there. Ballantyne rolling out, has to fire blindly towards the sideline.
But there's a flag in the secondary.
Intended target on the play was Patrick Clax. He couldn't get his feet in bounds. We'll wait for the penalty marker. It would be 4th and 13.
Usually in a secondary like that, it's going to be a defensive hold.
That would be brutal for the Brickies here. They have Andrean in a punting situation. And it's a holding on the defense. That's brutal, Jay.
That's going to hurt.
And you've done some work as an official, so you're a great man to comment on this. When the flag comes on that back end, holding on the back end, and because of where that flag was, most likely, Jay, probably didn't need that penalty.
No,
they
did not. I'm sure somebody was breaking deep, and they felt like if they didn't hold that it was going to be a big play. Well, that one's going to hurt.
And unlike the NFL, it is not an automatic first down.
So it's going to be 3rd down, and it looks like about 4.
3rd and 4. 39-yard line is what the 59ers need. It was 4th and 13, but a defensive holding gives him an opportunity to convert. Brickies showing pressure up the middle, pressure coming up the middle. Ballantyne fading away and over the head of his intended target, Alonzo Paul. And sneaking behind him was Josh Tejada, nearly able to get his hands on it. Would have been a pick 6 the other way had he been able to make that play.
They have come up with some unique blitzes. This time they had a linebacker and a free safety coming up on the blitz right there. So they're coming up with all kinds of different schemes to try and confuse this offensive line, and they've been successful. They pressured the quarterback on that one. He was unable to set his feet and look downfield at all.
4th and 4 plus territory. Niners decide to punt, Jay. And interesting decision. I kind of like it, though. These defenses have played pretty even through the first 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Another low snap. Can they get it off? They barely do. Lucky for Andrean, and even more luck. Are you kidding me?
That's going to be right about the 5-yard line where they initially touched it, so, boy.
But the Brickies coaches in the box with us were thinking, block punt, block punt, block punt. Okay, all right, he got it off. Bad punt, and then it takes a 20-yard roll, and now the Brickies offense will have the shadow of the end zone approaching their backs to start their next drive. Heck of a punt there.
Yes, it was. A great roll. Now, Ehrlich and the offense has really got to be ready for all kinds of blitzes here, because I think they're going to bring Jake Bowen up the middle from the outside. Who knows where? Just depends on where he lines up. He is going to be over to outside to the short side of the field. Is he going to blitz?
So crucial not to turn it over in this area of the field is Gibson with his first effective run of the day. As he gets out across the...
Nice carry right there.
Yeah, gets out to the 11-yard line, escapes the shadow of the end zone. And this is so important for Noah Ehrlich to stay clean. He has yet to throw an interception in his career as a Hobart Brickie, and that's through 5 games. They've thrown the ball nearly 100 times.
And if I'm Hobart, and if I can find out where Drake Bowen is lined up on a consistent basis, I'm going to run at him.
Handoff Gibson, stretches right. runs in the back of his own teammate, falls right on the 15-yard line, close to the marker.
You know, when you run right at a really good player like a Drake Bowen, you take that angle of pursuit away from him, his speed away from him, and now you're forcing him to be a powerful player. It's going to be third and just short.
And if you're trying to watch at home with us, Bowen wearing number 34, right now that left linebacker. Third and short. Ehrlich to Gibson. Gibson a first down. He's across the 20.
And that's 3 plays in a row. They've run to the offensive right side where Drake Bowen has been lined up to the left side, and they have run right at him and successful enough to get a first down from the shadows of their own goal line.
First down and 10. Ball placed at the 20-yard line. And now this is kind of more the start of the drive.
Yes.
That was just get out of the shadow of the end zone. Now you're where a touchback would be. Ehrlich, high throw, intercepted. First one of the year, goes for 6. And the 59ers follow James Mantle into the end zone for a 6-point lead.
Wow. That looked like just a bad communication between the receivers and the quarterback. They're running some crossing routes. The outside receiver was running a slant. The inside receiver was running a quick out. And it looked like he threw it right between them, and there was no one home but the defensive back for Andrean.
How about that play from the junior James Mantell? The defensive back weighing in at 175 pounds and at 5'11", a big-time play. Didn't just play his zone.
Yeah.
Ball fell into his lap, and he's got the awareness and the speed to finish it for 6. And, man, that was the announcer's curse gone awry there, Jay. Kick is up. It is good. A pick 6 opens the scoring. James Mantell, a 30-yard return and score. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Toyota of Maryville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Maryville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota of Maryville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach. When we say we make it easy, that's exactly what we do.
James Mantle from 30 yards out, pick 6. That's how the scoring opens as Noah Ehrlich throws his first interception of his Brickies career. And unfortunately for him, it's about the worst thing you can do as a quarterback, which is give points to the other team. And really, that's the first big miss and mental mistake we've seen from the freshman this year.
Yeah, like I said before earlier, it looked like it was a miscommunication. It looked like he was trying to throw the out, and the receiver ran a little bit deeper than he had anticipated, and he threw it behind him. And he thought the receiver was going to be turned around by the time he released the ball. Just a bad play all around. Poor execution by the Brickies receivers.
Kick is going to fall into the end zone and a touchback for the Andrean 59ers. And we want to thank Toyota of Maryville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Maryville. Toyota of Maryville, we make it easy. Well, one of the most interesting things about a pick 6, Jay, is as a defense, you get to walk right back out there. And as a quarterback, you get to walk right back out there. How is this freshman going to respond to his first mistake? I think that's the big question mark looming over this next drive.
Well, it'll be an indication of where he is maturity-wise, definitely. I think you just got to be like a baseball pitcher. You give up a home run, you get back out there and throw the next pitch. I think they're going to be a little bit more conservative with the ball. They're going to give the ball to Trey Gibson and let him do some of his magic running the ball for a little bit here. Let Ehrlich get some composure back onto the field.
Gibson is the man in the backfield. And this is right the yard line that the pick 6 was thrown. Handoff goes Gibson, almost ran to a blitz, now found the edge. Good blocking on the outside, a first down for the Brickies, and Trey Gibson starting to get the legs churning.
Yeah, Gibson, they're going to keep feeding him until Andrean can stop him. I think some great blocking up front, some good blocking in the secondary. They did this last week against Lowell. They ran to the short side of the field. They pounded the ball, and then they came back with Ehrlich on some passing. But I think that's what they're going to do right now is feed Gibson, try and calm the freshman down just a little bit.
Gibson, the deep man in the backfield. First down and 10. Handoff goes Gibson. That's a good job of making about 3 yards out of what seemed like nothing.
Yeah, good job. He just put his head down. He ran right into the pile right there. Just got a decent push right there by the offensive line. Tried to cut it back against the grain. But Andrean stopped him up just for looks like about 2-yard gain.
Second down and 8. Line to gain the 42. Ehrlich with a pick 6. His first interception of his Brickies career. That's how we have a 7-0 Andrean lead in this one. Handoff Gibson, looking edge, finding edge. Bowen in pursuit. Gibson tried to break him down. He slipped out of his grasp, got close to the marker, and it's third down and short. And that's the matchup we talked about in the Tech Tailgate Show, Jay. Drake Bowen, that middle linebacker, heading to Clemson, Notre Dame, Indiana, the like, versus Trey Gibson, who's going to be a 3,000-plus yard player at the end of his career.
Yeah, nice job of Gibson picking up a couple extra yards, stopped, planted, went back upfield. Bowen, again, nice. Both of them did a nice job. Bowen broke down and was able to make the tackle just short of the first down.
Third down and 1. Gibson in the backfield again. They give to Gibson. He has the first down.
And that was all determination by Gibson right there. There was several Andrean players in the backfield.
Well, it looked like he might have also, Drake Bowen had a real firm grip of him in that hole. Drake Bowen might not be able to stop Trey Gibson, but if he can just make sure to snuff out any huge plays from Trey Gibson, that would be really helpful for the Andrean defense.
Yeah, make Hobart have an extended drive.
And then maybe you can have some luck like you've already had today with the 30-yard pick 6. And that's the end of the first quarter. 7-0, Andrean with a lead at home. The winner of this matchup has won the conference the last 3 years. Will it be the same in 2021? We won't know tonight, but we'll know the result of this one. 7-0 59ers. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
And a big welcome back to Andrean High School as Jay Simmons to my left, Zach Miller in between Jay Simmons and I, and Lucas Moore broadcasting tonight's game where the 59ers have a 7-0 lead from a pick 6.
And that James Montel, right?
Yep, James Mantle with the return from 30 yards out. It was the first interception of Noah Ehrlich's very young Hobart Brickies career, but I mean, we are in week 5, Jay. It's awfully impressive. He went almost 100 pass attempts without tossing an interception, especially because this is Hobart's schedule so far. Chesterton, Maryville, Griffith, Culver Academy, and Lowell. You didn't play 5 marshmallows. You played Chesterton and Maryville to start your career. So credit the Andrean 59ers defense.
Oh, definitely.
For grabbing that first interception.
Yeah, it just looked like the receivers and him were confused on the pass play. He looked like he just threw it in the middle hoping for someone to catch it. So he's got to be a little bit more accurate with his passes, and his receivers got to be a little bit better running the routes.
First down and 10. This is the drive following the interception return for a touchdown. As this is the gold-helmed Brickies response to the gold-helmed 59ers. Ooh, and they got his own offensive lineman to move. Hard count from Ehrlich, and it got his left guard. It's a good hard count.
Yes, it is.
But it's a little too good.
Andrean lined up in their 3-5-3. To me, that's very confusing for the offensive line because then at that point, you can blitz any of those linebackers from anywhere. You can blitz them from the outside. You can, do some loop stunts with the linebackers coming to the inside. So
you could drop everybody out,
yeah.
too. I mean,
so it's look at Bowen lining up right over the tackle.
Bowen not in a stance. They run away from Bowen, but Gibson is only able to get a yard. And
Gibson off the right
real
side.
Long second down upcoming.
Yeah, second down and 13.
Right.
In the times that Ehrlich has had to throw or drop back, he's had plenty of time to throw, so that's not an issue at this point in time. So I say pass the ball here, try and get it half of the yards, pick up the other half on third down. The key is, I think, is for Ehrlich to get rid of the ball quickly. Don't let the pass rush get to him.
Both these defensive lines have done a good job tonight. Some early push. We've seen Valentine go down with a sack. We've seen Ehrlich with men in his face. He dumps out to Jankovic, who's able to get across the 45, and it'll be third down and 8.
All right, so third and almost somewhat long, third manageable, especially when you're passing the ball as effectively as Hobart has throughout the season. This is manageable for them. Again, something quick, just like that last play. Let your receiver get out in space, see if he can make a move, get the first down.
Third down and 8 for the Brickies.
Maybe get Trey Gibson on a swing pass out to the wide side of the field here.
See if that's involved in their plans. Luke Abbott, the receiver, at the bottom of our screen. Jankovic at the top. Ehrlich scanning the field, flips to Jankovic. He's near the marker, and he's a yard short.
Again, receiver should run past the first down marker, not stop at the first down marker and turn. He's got to run a yard or two past the marker.
Just a yard.
Yeah, just a yard or at least a yard, if not two. When that ball brings you back, then you're at the first down marker. To me, it looked like he stopped at the first down marker and then had to work his way back to the ball. So it's going to be fourth down and a big play for them to gain the 1 yard.
Fourth down 1. Bricky's going to go. Craig Osika, 32 wins, 11 losses, and an NFL resume as a player. He stands on the sideline for the Brickies. He's the one that's made this decision to go for it down 7, fourth down. Handoff, Gibson, going to depend on the spot.
I think he's got it.
I'm right down the line here, Jay, from where I'm standing. It is close.
Yes, it is.
I mean, close. Close.
Gibson did a nice job getting his head down, running into that pile as best he could.
It's going to be close.
They're going to need to measure. If they don't measure, I don't think it was a great spot. And they're going to measure.
Wow, we are right on the line of it. This is going to be close.
You and I are only about 10 feet away from each other in the press box right now, but I'm like right down the line. This is literally straight. I think it's going to be a first. That's my guess.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, just got to put it down. They keep stretching that chain.
No.
It got longer, it felt like.
Yes, it did. They stretched that chain out to 10 yards and 1 inch. But, yeah, it was close.
And it's a turnover on downs. The 59ers take over the football, and a huge fourth down stop of Trey Gibson. And this is a big momentum opportunity for Andrean.
Yeah, 2 big plays now for the Andrean defense. A stop on fourth down and then the pick 6. So defense is really hanging their hat on tonight's game so far with 9 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second quarter.
And this is an explosive 59ers offense. And they'll get the ball with great field position at the 47-yard line, their own 47. Snap is low again. Handoff Bowen. Bowen got the edge. Big man moving downhill. You see the speed. He's out across the 30, inside the 20, where he runs out of bounds. He was not brought down. He was slightly pushed. And Drake Bowen with a big-time run for Andrean.
Yeah, Drake Bowen, once he got to the outside, just turned on the jets and went down the sideline for a big gain right there.
And a penalty marker down on the field. And they might give a sideline warning or something to the Andrean coaching staff. You saw the near official that threw the flag look into the body of Andrean coaches, and it is a sideline warning. And when you see him look at everybody and then throw the flag, it's like, yeah, sideline warning. But you can see the intensity of this rivalry, Jay. Two flags on coaches already, no yards and just sideline warnings, but both sidelines have already been warned. We're not even out of the first half.
Yeah, both teams are really excited, but there was really nobody out in that flat area, no linebacker, no pursuit from the Hobart defense to get to Drake Bowen as he turned it up the field.
Ballantyne in the shotgun. Bowen the back next to him, a red zone opportunity for Andrean. And Bowen will be stopped up, nowhere to go. Takes 4 Brickies to bring him down. And it's going to be first down and 12. They're actually going to have him lose yardage on the play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but Bowen, you can see he hasn't really mastered the craft of poking through the hole.
No, he's just a bulldozer going through the hole.
We just saw what happened if he gets on the edge and starts moving downhill.
Yeah, Gavin Miller right there, number 20 from the Brickies, stepped up in the hole and met him right a couple yards loss on the play, but a great play by Gavin Miller.
Second down and 12. Line to gain is the 8-yard line. Niners trying to find a way to take a 2-score lead. Ballantyne to Bowen. Broke a tackle. It takes 3 Brickies to bring him down at the 15-yard line. And it's third down and medium. Third down and 7.
What I think they're going to do right here is they're going to try and wear down that Brickie front with Drake Bowen, just smash mouth football in between the tackles. Once they start having those linebackers and corners start to move up, then they're going to go over the top with it.
Third down and 8. They marked him a yard short of the 15.
Well, do you think if you get 4 or 5 yards right here, you go for it, or do you kick the field goal?
Really depends on how many yards you get. I think 4 or 5, you go for it.
I think so, too.
Billy Jones, the running back in. First time we've seen him today. He's pass blocking. Is Ballantyne on the run? Man, it's complete. Robbie Ballantyne, the brother Ballantyne. Get a first down and a first down and goal for Andrean.
Yeah, Robbie with the nice out route, did the toe dance to make sure he got both feet in right as he caught the ball. Great timing between the two brothers. Sophomore to senior.
And the older brother, you wonder how supportive he was about his younger brother, Scott, taking over the reins of quarterback. I'm sure he was. I'm sure that they developed those skills together, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It would be surprising to me if you told him that those two had never thrown a football together before this team. I'm sure they have. First down and goal for Andrean, an opportunity to take a 2-score lead. Handoff goes Billy Jones. Jones looking, finding the end zone. Andrean with a 2-score lead. And Billy Jones enters the score sheet.
Yeah, Billy Jones just found his load of blockers right there and just got into the end zone. Looked like untouched. I mean, there was some great blocking on that right side.
A lot of bodies around him, but did any push Billy Jones down?
No.
Not until he got into the end zone. And we're waiting the extra point here from Nico Tovar to see if Andrean can have a 14-0 lead on the Hobart Brickies. Kick is up. It is good. 14-0 Andrean. Billy Jones puts the Niners up by 2 scores. Brickies will get the ball when we return. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
'59ers have certainly got it started at their home field. 14-0 advantage, a pick six and then a long drive capped off by a Billy Jones touchdown. And the '59ers, defending champions of the Northwest Crossroads Conference, the NCC, trying to go back-to-back. They need to beat Hobart to do it. Last time they lost to Hobart, they lost the conference. And a return here will be tripped up at the 25. That thing looked like it might have been off to the races for the Hobart Brickies.
With Trey Gibson returning it, he might have been one step away from a big play.
Would have been a needed play, what feels like for the Brickies. Where do you feel this game stands at this point? I mean, you have a pick six, so you do that math if you're Hobart, but right now this Andrean defense, as advertised, they've really plugged up Trey Gibson, and they made life difficult for the quarterback, Noah Ehrlich.
Yeah, Noah Ehrlich's got to come out and show some confidence, get some passes. They really haven't gone down the field, so let's see if Hobart can try and go a little vertical over to Andrean defense.
First play of the drive is a handoff. Gibson, he runs over a safety across the 30 to the 31. Danny O'Shea, the man that ended up making the tackle, but more like he got tackled and then ended up holding on to drag down Trey Gibson. 2nd down and 4.
You know, the thing that stopped Hobart on that last drive was a couple penalties, and then they end up having to go for it on 4th down and 1 yard and don't get it by, it looks like a couple links on the chain. So just the breaks have not gone Hobart's way. 2nd
and 4. Still plenty of time. Brickies will hand off Gibson. He's blown up in the backfield.
Brought down in the backfield by number 2.
Trey Stevens flying from his linebacker position. The sophomore saying, hey, I'm not the only talented linebacker on this team.
Yeah, Stevens has stepped up. They called the blitz right to the exact spot where they were running the ball. So it's going to be a 3rd down and big conversion play. 3rd down and it looks like about 6.
Well, and Trey Stevens, a lot of talk and hype about him. He's the sophomore in an experienced linebacking core, and the fact he's been able to hold that position down has kept teams from being able to run away from Drake Bowen. We've seen that today as a penalty marker down before the snap. Make it 3rd down and 10 after they push this ball back to the original line.
Yeah, Drake Bowen wasn't in on that play. So giving him a couple breaks on defense after he was carrying the ball quite a bit on the offense. So now they bring him back in on 3rd down, and it looks like about 12.
3rd down.
Well, they have it marked 10 on the board. Looks like about 10.
3rd and long. Line to gain is the 34. Ehrlich in the pistol. Freshman's going to have to make some big plays in this game. He tries to step up in the pocket. Ball's out, but he falls right back on top of it. It'll stay as a sack in a punting situation for the Brickies.
Yeah, they lined up Drake Bowen at the the right defensive end coming off the edge, and he got there. A nice little head fake swap move, got right into the quarterback, caused the fumble. Didn't make the tackle, but caused the fumble, caused Noah Ehrlich to step up into the pocket. Noah Ehrlich has not seen pressure like Drake Bowen is putting on him right now.
And the freshman hasn't been able to produce much so far in this game today. As a punt upcoming, Mickey Jankovic standing at his own 5-yard line. Snap is back. Punt is away, and Jankovic was knocked down. There's a penalty marker. Jankovic was knocked down. We'll wait on the flag. 4th down and long. And that was a mistake, and
Yes, it
also a
was.
nice job by there was a moment where it looked like he could have tried to hold his balance, and then he
Right.
just went down, which is what you should do if you're bumped.
That looks like they're signaling to the Hobart sideline. It's the 5-yard kind. Do they want him to kick it over, or was the ball? I didn't see. Was the play completed, or did they?
Yeah, the play was completed. It's running into the kicker.
They're going to re-kick it.
They'll get 5 yards.
5-yard penalty.
The punt wasn't great,
4th and 10.
and I don't mind doing it again. Fourth and 10 now. And remember, a sack on this drive for the Brickies. They've just really been playing behind the chains, Jay.
Yes, they have.
And another punt upcoming for Jankovic.
Now, we talked about Drake Bowen being a disruptor on any given play.
This ball going to bounce across the 50. A friendly roll for the Brickies and a good decision to punt it again. Starting inside their own 45 will be the 59ers. Under 5 to play, quarter 2. And we want to thank Toyota of Maryville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Maryville. Toyota of Maryville. We make it easy.
Well, we talked about Drake Bowen being a disruptor on defense. He did that on that last 3rd down play. He's been a disruptor on the offensive side of the ball, carrying the ball. We saw his explosiveness to the outside on a big carry, and also his power in between the tackles. So he's opening up the playbook here for the 49ers, or 59ers, sorry.
The Niners out of the pistol. First down and 10 from the 44. Ballantyne rips it downfield. Caught by Clax. Inside the 30 to the 25. Huge throw. Huge catch.
Wow, that was a major league catch. He extended his arms, got his hands up over the defensive back, and made a great catch. All hands on that catch. Good pass coverage by the secondary. Nothing you can complain about that one. That was a perfectly thrown ball.
Patrick Clax, over 350 yards, was the leading receiver on this team coming into the game, and 3 touchdowns, 16 yards per catch. He's their big play guy, Jay, and another big play for Mr. Clax. And now this Andrean offense is rolling, and they've got a chance for a 3-score lead. They're inside the 25 of Hobart. Brickies showing pressure. Ballantyne, handoff Bowen. Dips his shoulder and gets across the 20 to the 19.
Nice job, Bowen in the hole made a very good tackler. Ryan Flores completely missed on that play, made a slide step to his left and picked up an extra couple yards. So showing some elusiveness in the hole as Bowen on that last play.
2nd down and 5, line to gain the 14. Bowen in at running back again. Paul, Ballantyne, and Clax, the receivers from bottom to top of your screen. Handoff goes Bowen. Cuts right up the middle of the field where he's brought down by the legs inside the 15. It's a 1st down and penalty markers coming after the play.
Looked like a little extra pushing and shoving. Maybe a little frustration on the Hobart side.
Alan, offensively for Andrean, you saw stepping out of the pile there, one of the offensive linemen saying, hey, get back, get back, get back. Reeve Kustrick, the senior. And the Brickies are going to be whistled for a personal foul, so make it half the distance in a goal-to-go situation for Andrean.
Yeah, just a little frustration right there by the Brickies. They need to calm down, get a big stand right here, force a field goal attempt with 3:23 or 3:28 left in the first half.
And what's scary is the big play on this drive, Ballantyne to Clax. Those are 2 sophomores making that play.
Nobody in the conference wanted to hear that.
I only speak truths, unless I state it's an opinion. 1st down and goal.
Well, are they going to feed the beast here?
Paul, Ballantyne, Clax. At the bottom of your screen, they hand off Bowen, tries to stretch it left, finds the end zone. Touchdown Niners. And Andrean's got a 3-score lead with just under 3 to play in the opening half.
That was great play design. They stretch out the 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. And all they do is bring the back across the formation and hand it off, and he is gone. Didn't get touched. There was nobody out there. There's no linebacker outside of the tight end or offensive tackle for support. They got three defensive backs out there, no support for the running game to that side of the field.
Nico Tovar, he's been perfect today. Snap was low, but it was handled. Kick is up and good, and it's 21-0 Andrean. We thought it was a pretty evenly matchup coming in here. The younger of the two teams is Andrean, yet the 59ers trying to defend their conference title with a fury. 21-0 59ers. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Centurion Award from Century 21. It represents prestige in real estate. Winning one is an honor. Winning it multiple times describes a dedication to excellence. It also describes David Taylor of Century 21 Crown Point. When buying or selling a home in the region, you want to deal with a fixture of the region with a caring approach that has also earned him Best of the Region awards. Add your name to his list of satisfied clients. David Taylor, Century 21 Real Estate. Find out more at davidtaylor.c21.com and start packing.
All smiles if you're wearing anything with Andrean 59ers on. I was going to say gold, but there's a little bit of gold in both teams. So red, if you're wearing red today, an Andrean fan. 21-0 lead in a matchup that many have pegged as the de facto conference championship game. In the last 3 seasons, the winner of this game has gone on to win the conference, Jay. So if history remains, Andrean could really do some groundwork at an NCC title if they can hold on to this lead tonight.
Yeah, and think about it, Lowell lost to the Brickies last week, so that's usually who else is running in contention for the conference championship.
Kickoff will be fielded inside the 5-yard line. That's Gibson with the football. Gibson's got the edge. Gibson at the 45, runs over a man at the 50, keeps his legs driving inside Andrean territory. And the Brickies aren't a team that's going to go away easy,
no,
Jay.
They're not.
And Trey Gibson shows the speed and the power, getting to the edge and maybe kick-starting this Brickies offense.
Well, the Brickies got the ball, 2:40 left in the half, 3 timeouts. The only man that slowed Trey Gibson down was the kicker right there. It looked like he just threw his body at him, hoping for at least to slow him down and let the other 10 guys get the pursuit on him, and that's what happened.
The big return from Trey Gibson sets up the Brickies in plus territory. Ehrlich will fake to Gibson. Quick toss, caught by Abbott. And is brought down at the 39-yard line. Abbott couldn't find any space after the catch. Clock is rolling. Still plenty of time, though, for the Brickies.
Yeah, it seemed like he froze there for a second. As soon as you catch that ball, just go upfield. Don't look to make a move and go backwards with this little bit of time left in the half. They need to get some points on the board before the end of the half.
2nd down and 4. It would be an awfully tough test. Now, remember, Andrean received the opening kick, so Hobart will get the football to start the second half. 2nd and 4. Gibson with the football. Drives right up the middle of the defense, close to the marker at the 35.
And, well, one of the keys right here is that they need to get this first down. Don't worry about getting a touchdown, big play. Get the first down, extend the drive. You got plenty of time.
All timeouts. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Brickies showing a nice bit of patience here. If anything, you definitely can't give the ball back to Andrean.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Pressure coming, handoff Gibson. Goes right side across the 30 for a first down. The chains move, the clock stops. Minute 23, 3 timeouts for the Brickies.
Nice job of Gibson right there. They had the guard from the backside pulling, but he was taking so long, he sort of paused for a second, wanted to get his guard in the play, and he just said, forget it, and took off and went to the outside. Picked up a nice gain right there. It's going to be 1st down and 10 on the 27-yard line.
Gibson, the man in the backfield. First and 10. They fake to Gibson. Pass is tipped and nearly picked. Trey Stevens was the man that it almost fell into. the one blocking at the line of scrimmage. Damari Wright, the senior, got his paw on that football.
Yeah, just deflected at the line. Looked like the outside receiver might have been a little bit more open, but it doesn't look like he had a lane to throw to that guy to the outside. Chose the inside receiver, got the ball deflected. Clock stops, 1 minute left.
A lot of coming on, coming off for the Hobart Brickies. Jankovic, Williams, Ensland, the three receivers. Jankovic in the slot at the top of your screen. 2nd down and 10. At exactly 60 seconds as Gibson has space up the middle. He is inside the 20, looks to have the first down at the 17-yard line.
Well, it looks like he's right on it.
Again. Stop to number 14.
And they're going to move the chains, so it's going to be a first down. Clock stops with 54 seconds.
1st and 10 from the 17. Plenty of time. 50 seconds, all 3 timeouts for the Brickies. Down 21, but Hobart gets the football to start half number 2. Ehrlich, handoff, Gibson, cuts right, upfield, inside the 10. He's short of the marker, and this is going to be the first timeout taken by Coach Osika and the Brickies with 34 seconds left in this first half. A glimmer of hope pops up for Hobart.
Yes, it does.
We'll see if they can make the glimmer a big shining light when we return. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Stojkovic and Associates utilize the latest in technology. Ethos Dental Group would like to join you in welcoming Dr. Emily Hansen to their team. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Andrean got a 21-point lead. They've since allowed a kickoff return out to the 45-yard line. 2 minutes off the clock, and now the Brickies threatening inside the 10-yard line, Jim.
Hobart's been picking up chunks on the ground. I say you got to stick with it. You got 2 timeouts. Pick up the first down right here. I think you got to stick to the ground game right here. They have been picking up yards by 8-9 yards a carry.
Brickies inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Ehrlich the quarterback, Gibson the halfback. They give to Gibson. He's looking for the edge, running away from Drake Bowen, who's in pursuit. Bowen got blocked up, so a first down. Gibson kept fighting for the pylon. Clock is stopped, 25 seconds. Brickies with 2 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use one. 1st and goal now. Remember, Hobart gets the ball to start the second half.
It looked like he might have been tackled out of bounds, so they're not going to waste the timeout right there. They got 25 seconds.
Yep, clock's permanently stopped. He did get out of bounds.
Oh, no, they're starting it right there on the play.
23, 22.
And then they call timeout.
And a quick timeout.
Timeout,
but 3 seconds came off the clock. And we'll go ahead and keep it here following the timeout, Jay. This is the most critical juncture, I think, of the game so far. If the Brickies can find a way to grab themselves a touchdown heading into halftime, they get the ball to start half 2, and it changes the entire outlook of this ballgame.
Yeah, and nice job, Trey Gibson getting to the outside, but I think it was the tight end that made the block on Trey Bowen. Trey Bowen had a great angle, and the tight end came back and made the block that made that play right there. Huge block right there to get them to where they are right now, and it looks like they are on. Looks like just right on the 1-yard line. So big play call right here. You've got 1 timeout, 22 seconds. Do you have enough time to run the ball?
Yes.
Maybe. Well, can you run the ball 2 times though? Well, you got a timeout.
Well, Jay, pressure's on. Got to make the play call. What do you pick?
I'm going.
This is why it's tough to be a coach.
I'm going with the running play right here, but I think I'm gonna run it right up the middle.
See, what us broadcasters sometimes forget is that we decide what play we're going to call until they line up. You got to get that thing in like 20 seconds earlier. 1st and goal from the 1. Huge opportunity for the Brickies. Handoff Gibson.
He's got it.
Waiting on the signal. Touchdown, Brickies.
Well, it was a
late signal, but it counts all the same. And Hobart has found themselves right back into this game, and this is why it's a rivalry. Nobody's going to win it easy.
Yeah, Trey Gibson right there. Not much of a hole. He just put his head down and barreled through there. Good job of getting at least a stalemate by the line of scrimmage, by the offensive line, and a big score, a sigh of relief for the Brickies.
Mickey Jankovic missed an extra point last week. This is a crucial one. Kick is up, and he nailed it. That thing would have been good from 40. And it's 21-7. Brickies back in this game. We'll step aside for 30, see if Andrean can do something with the final seconds of the half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the driver recruiter at Area Transportation, where we pay more because we value our drivers.
Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Huge, relieving drive for the Brickies. Kicked off by a Trey Gibson kickoff return to the 45. Massive for Hobart to get back in this game, 21-7, Jay.
Yeah, and the key is right there that they're going to get the ball to start the second half. They've established some nice running. They've established a little bit of passing. They're getting into a rhythm. And I think it's going to be an interesting second half. It all depends on the Bricky defense. If Hobart can come and score on that opening drive, also now the pressure is on the defense. Can they stop the passing game? Can they stop Drake Bowen running the ball?
Well, neither of these teams have won back-to-back games in this series since 2015-16 when Andrean was able to pull back-to-back wins off. Since that point, it's been one way then the other and one way then the other. Chris Skinner 3-2 in his career against the Brickies, and the up man nearly tried to field the football, but it landed up in his grasp, and security for Andrean as they get the ball at the 40. 12 seconds, Jay. You don't get the ball to start the second half. You're the 59ers. You try something here?
I take a knee. Let's go. Let's go into halftime.
First and 10.
Yeah,
we're up 21-7. Don't do anything stupid. I don't think so.
I think with Ballantyne and the receivers I got, there's no way I'm leaving this half without taking one more shot. We'll see what they decide to do. Looks like a shot.
Yes, it does.
Lonzo Paul, Patrick Clax, Robbie Ballantyne, the three receivers at the bottom of your screen.
You've got the offense to do it, that's for sure.
No deep safeties. Trying to give it to Bowen, who tries to find the edge, and he's going to lose yardage. That's the end of the half. Now they stop the clock, and now it'll roll again. 3, 2, 1, and that is the half. Andrean doesn't take a shot.
Hold on. They stopped it with 2 seconds.
Well, I'm not sure. I know the signal came down. It's not the clock operator. It's
5 seconds on the clock.
Timeout was taken. Andrean got a timeout off, and Coach Chris Skinner. So we're up where the clock is, so we're getting that communication real time. So a timeout taken, clock set back to 5 seconds, 21-7 Andrean. Interesting timeout from Chris Skinner.
I don't know. I think you're setting something up that somebody could get hurt on a play like this. And, I could see somebody breaking through that line of scrimmage, hitting the quarterback. I don't know. You're up 21-7, go into halftime. Play some defense when you come out to the second half.
I know
you got the firepower
with
out there.
With me,
to do
I
it.
just remember that play to Patrick Clax down the sideline. It's like, am I really going to walk out of here when I got a free shot where we can have it intercepted? Anything can happen. I know that's what I'm thinking. But I've been playing a lot of Madden this week, Jay.
You got the Brickies Andrean lineups in there?
No. Oh, that'd be a good way to prepare.
Yes, it would.
Should be the last play of the half. Andrean a 14-point lead. Big cushion given from Hobart. And a penalty marker.
I mean, if I'm Hobart, I might line an extra 2 guys out there on those 3 receivers.
Yeah, I know.
Either that or I would have somebody jamming them at the line of scrimmage, throw off their timing a little bit.
Well, this one's going to be encroachment. This is not on Andrean, so it gets him a touch closer. Honestly, watching Valentine throw, he might have the arm to get it into the end zone from here. Maybe.
And that's quite the throw.
Yeah, he's got a cannon. I think he'd probably come about 5-10 yards short, but we'll see. We'll see if they try to even take that shot. Bowen's lining up wide, so looks like they're going to throw. A quiet falls over the stadium. You can hear the instructions from the sideline.
And
it's incomplete. 3 seconds, though.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll have another play.
Like I said,
I said it was halftime 3 actual minutes ago, by the way. And you stopped me, Jay. And I have to give you great thanks for that. I would have tried to take a break. Zach had been looking at me. No. They put time on the clock, dude.
But the thing is, I think I would line a linebacker out there probably on Paul, their fastest receiver, and try and jam him at the line of scrimmage. Don't let him get vertical on you.
Or don't let him even get into space. These guys are really fast. This should be the last play of the half. Quick toss out, Paul. Paul makes the catch. Helmet came off, and Brian Flores continued to pursue and make the tackle. That is a penalty. A defensive penalty will give a play to Andrean to end the half. And that is a cannot make mistake at the end of the half from the Brickies defense. Helmet popped off of Ryan Flores' head, and you love the effort, the heart, and the hustle to make the play. But when you feel wind on your forehead, you got to stop running. That's the rule.
Is that a 15 or a 5?
I think it's a 15, but I don't
put him in field goal range. Could be.
We'll wait for the discussion.
They'll put it at about illegal participation.
Yep, and it is 15, I believe.
1 on time down.
I mean, it's just a big mistake because now we're not going to question Ballantyne's ability to throw this thing in the end zone. The ball's placed at the 31-yard line. Now this is a legitimate final play shot to end the half. Now this can take all the hard work you did as the Hobart Brickies team to get into a 21-7 position. It could throw it all away.
Yes, it could. Well, let's see. Yep, they spot the ball at the 31. Well, see, I'm looking at the flag. I see a slight breeze, and it looks like it's coming in our face.
I wouldn't kick. And a timeout will be taken from Andrean. So they'll think about it. We'll take a commercial to think about it as well. 30 seconds, 1 play left in the half. I've said 1 play left in the half 3 times. So
yes,
I'm pretty sure the next one will be the last one. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
"31 yards is all that separates Andrean from a 3-score lead again. Hobart gets the football to start the second half. After a big kickoff return from Trey Gibson, they drove 45 yards, Jay, to get back in this game at 21-7. Now defensively, a late penalty on what was going to be the last play of the half gives 15 yards and another opportunity. Andrean an untimed down. The final play of the half, barring another defensive penalty. First down and 10 and a real chance to score.
Andrean takes a timeout.
They're going to back up timeouts on each other.
Well,
I mean,
what do you either kicking the field goal or going for one or the other?
Yeah, you know why I'm taking the timeout? I want all those Brickies players standing over there thinking about halftime. I want them all standing over there. What are we doing? What are we going to do? What are we doing? What are we going to do? You know, I like this from Chris Skinner. It's not really for his team. It's just to see if you can mentally pause the game long enough to force a mental mistake from the Hobart Brickies defense. Because
do we see the number 51?
Nico Tovar, their kicker.
Yep. Is he out there?
No. From this distance, it would be a 48-yard attempt.
Look where one of the receivers is lined up. He's almost even with the quarterback. Oh, now he's scooting up to the line.
31 yards, untimed down. A chance to really break the Brickies heading into break. Valentine not going to have a lot of time. Eyes towards end zone.
And there's a holding penalty.
Penalty marker is down. We'll see if it's caught. It is caught. It's a touchdown for Patrick Clax. There's penalty markers down
everywhere.
2 flags on the play.
And there is a chance we have another play. If it's a holding and a pass interference.
Well, it's definitely a holding at this end of the field. But once the ball is contacted, I don't see why the flag would be thrown after the contact.
Well, it's also weird to see a penalty marker in the end zone on a Hail Mary. Normally those things are let go. But if it's egregious enough, the official certainly has the right to throw the flag. And the white hat and these guys going to have a nice discussion.
And they extended this game about an extra 20 minutes, just the last 30 seconds. We appreciate that.
Holding on Andrean.
Pass
interference on Hobart. Let's do it again. Penalties offset and another untimed down from the 31.
Offsetting penalties there. Play has been called over. We will go to the half.
Huh, that's interesting.
Go to the half. No, you're right. I guess offsetting penalties, no untimed down, sure. All right, 21-7, we head into half. The Brickies battled back and then nearly gave it away, but they'll get the football to start half number 2. The Host Connections halftime report comes up on the other side of the break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
Connecting the first and the second half, it's the Host Connections halftime report. Brought to you by Host Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hostconnectionsinc.com. Host Connections, proven under pressure. The score here at Andrean High School, 21-7. Fighting 59ers leading over the Hobart Brickies. Hobart scored the final touchdown on the half on a 45-yard drive with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. That cut it to a 21-7 game. Some drama that won't mean anything at the end of it all. At the end of the half, made it nervous for the Brickies, but Hobart will get the football back to start half number 2. Jay and I are going to break down everything from half number 1, preview the second half on this Host Connections halftime report, brought to you by Host Connections in Hammond off Kennedy Avenue. And we also want to thank Toyota of Maryville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Maryville. Toyota of Maryville, we make it easy. 21-7, Niners in the lead over the Brickies. The NCC could be on the line in this one. The winner of this matchup has won the conference the last 3 times they played. We'll see if they can make it 4 in the 2021 season. 21-7, the lead for Andrean. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Home is more than just the 4 walls and the roof over your head.
Home is a place where I live and work and feel. It's
a sacred place.
We needed something so different.
Over the past year and a half, home has changed.
The future of home is an opportunity.
If we're there together, that's home for me.
Home Rediscovered premieres Thursday, September 23rd at 10 on National Geographic. Paid content for Century 21.
These have been unprecedented times for all of us.
Our patients, families, friends, and neighbors, like most around the world, have been challenged in ways we never could have imagined just a short time ago.
Our community healthcare system team has come together and risen to the occasion, leading the way in delivering care to all our patients, including those with COVID-19, doing it successfully under extraordinary circumstances.
We want to take this opportunity to share our deepest, heartfelt gratitude to our entire team for their outstanding dedication and compassion
throughout this coronavirus pandemic and every day.
We are proud to be community strong. We are proud to be community healthcare system.
Thank you.
Laborers Local 41, together with Indiana Laborers Training Center and our signatory employers, provide state-of-the-art instruction in all areas of the construction industry, from hazardous material handling and environmental remediation to road construction and highway safety. Remember to slow down in construction zones and that the Local 41 members working there are mothers, fathers, coaches, and mentors. Laborers Local 41. We build Indiana in more ways than one.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit mattmaloneyrealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists. Tech Credit Union is the better option for personal and business banking. Buy a car, remodel your home, pay for an education, expand your business. Tech Credit Union can help you do these things and more. You'll enjoy the latest banking services, but without the cost of the big bank relationship. With branches throughout the region, fee-free ATMs nationwide, and online services, they're convenient too. Learn more at techcu.org. Contact any branch or call 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Big welcome into the Hose Connections halftime report, brought to you by Hose Connections in Hammond off Kennedy Avenue. 13:18 left in the halftime clock. Jay, it didn't rain in that first half.
No, it did.
But it didn't slow down Andrean either. 21 points in the opening half, but a pick six in there as well. Hobart gets the ball to start half two. They've tightened it up. We've got ourselves what might be a fun finish if Hobart can really figure things out offensively, like they seemed to do there at the end of the half. Jim.
Yes, they did. They got some momentum going into the halftime. You know, shaky start from the freshman quarterback, a pick six, James Mantell, 30-yard pick six, opened the scoring with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first quarter. And it seemed like they sputtered a little bit. They went to Trey Gibson heavy after that, and Andrean sort of figured that out defensively and were able to contain him. Hobart wasn't able to sustain a drive. A fourth down they didn't get, led to another score. So, you know, some offensive mistakes have led to some Andrean scores, and then really one big drive for Andrean in the half. But I think it all hinges right here. Once Hobart gets that opening kickoff, they've got to get some points.
Yeah, and they're just going to need to play a little better defensively. But
right.
Again, the pick six ruins the math.
Yes.
Because we're really in a situation where if Hobart goes down and scores offensively in touchdowns, they're tied. But that Andrean defense coming up big and really almost breaking the math and making it 21-7. We'll see. From that first half, though, which player impressed you the most from both of these teams?
I'm gonna have to go with Derek Bowen. We talked about him being a disruptor on defense, but we saw him come out and be a disruptor on offense, carrying the ball. A couple plays he stayed in and helped protect in the pocket. You know, a couple plays he was downfield making some blocks for some receivers on some swing passes. But really, he had a nice job running the ball and being a power back. And it showed he was not only power, but speed to the outside.
Yeah, and in terms of backs, on the other side, Trey Gibson fell in for his 50th career touchdown there at the end of the half, and he started to really get going as the game went along.
Yes, and so did that offensive line. They sort of figured out, all right, hey, if we know where Drake Bowen is going to line up, let's run at him instead of giving Drake Bowen that angle of pursuit to run across the field to make some open field tackles going laterally. I think when you run at a very active player like that, it takes part of his game away, and Hobart did a nice job of doing that offensively.
Yeah, and Hobart, I think, started to find themselves there at the end of the half, and we'll see if that carries on into half number two. Jay and I are going to break down that second half, preview what we're going to get done.
And we'll do some scoring updates when we come back.
Yeah, the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard, all coming your way on the Hose Connections halftime report. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all orthopedic specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
At Toyota of Maryville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Maryville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota of Maryville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach. When we say we make it easy, that's exactly what we do.
It's the Hose Connections halftime report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Jay Simmons to my left. I'm Lucas Moore. 21-7 the score. The Fighting 59ers of Andrean on their home field, Jay, with a big-time lead. A pick six, the highlight of that opening half, but that passing game showed its bite as well. The play that stands out to me was Ballantyne to Clax on a rope, on a line, and a big-time catch. They showed their explosiveness in that opening half. Moving forward into the second half, before we break down some scores from around the region, Jay, how can Andrean get their passing offense really kick-started? Because we've only seen flashes of it so far. It's really been a lot of Drake Bowen out of the backfield for Andrean. They have not hit that 66% pass rate that they've had all season.
No, they have not. They really came into this game thinking, hey, we're going to wear down that Brickie defense. We're going to attack them. And then all of a sudden, those linebackers start to creep up thinking run, run, run. And then all of a sudden, now I think in the second half, they're going to open it up big time. Whether or not Hobart scores in that opening drive, they're going to open up. They're going to keep running it a little bit, get Hobart still creeping up, and then I think they're going to go vertical.
Well, are you worried if you're Chris Skinner and Andrean, or do you change your plan because you have a 14-point lead? If they could shut down Hobart defensively, they might just stay away from the pass just for the sake of bleeding clock.
Right.
But to me, that just plays into Hobart's hands. Drake Bowen's good, but is he good enough to just hand the ball 20 times and go win the game tonight? That's really the critical question for half number two.
That and to play along with that, I think you saw that Bowen, because he was carrying the ball so much offensively, he had to come out and sit out several plays defensively. So that takes a big play,
it's tough.
Big play guy defensively out of your lineup also.
And that's rough to do, because when you do that, then Trey Gibson opens up, and once Trey Gibson goes, the Hobart offense can go. Okay, that was a little bit of preview of the second half. Let's talk about some scores from around the region, Jay. It's time for the scoreboard update, brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana grocery store, your local grocery with over 89 years of heritage. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com. There's a beautiful Strachan Van Til just that way or that way. One of the I don't know directions. I get in a stadium, I get
that
lost.
Way.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Right behind us.
And nobody can see where I'm pointing, so it's even more pointless. But there's a Strachan Van Til really close to Andrean High School here. So let's go ahead and do that Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard.
All right, now all these scores are still in the second quarter. We're sort of moving at a quick pace here in this game, so all the scores right now are in the second quarter. Valparaiso 28, Crown Point 14. Michigan City all over LC 22-0. Maryville 19, LaPorte 6, Chesterton 7, Portage 0. That's a little bit closer than I would have anticipated.
Hey, DAC's never easy, man.
Hanover. All right, we'll get to that one in a second. Calumet 7, Griffith 7 in the second quarter. Highland for the Battle of the Bridge. Highland 14, Munster 0. River Forest 19, Bishop Knoll 0 in the second quarter. And who's the BG? I keep forgetting that.
Boone Grove.
Boone Grove. Sorry, Nathan. Hanover 35, Boone Grove 0 in the second quarter. Boy, Hanover's been pouring it on some people the last couple weeks.
I think Boone Grove fans would have been okay if you just said Hanover 35-0. Just left it at that. I think they would have been all right not hearing that score.
Yes, they would have.
Well, the score here is 21-7. That was your Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update, brought to you by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Second half will come your way next. Jay, what do you think? Is Hobart going to come out flying and ready to score? Are we going to have a close one? Or do you think Andrean's going to be able to find its way back and maintain control in half number 2?
You know what? We've watched Hobart the last couple of weeks. I've watched Hobart 3 weeks in a row. I think they're going to come out and punch a score in, make this game interesting, come out and play some tough defense. I think it all hinges on really, can Andrean open up the playbook and start passing the ball, getting the ball vertically downfield? The way it looks like Hobart is trying to match up man-to-man defensively in the secondary, I don't think that's a winning situation for the Brickies. I think if you're going to do that, then you better hope the blitz gets there, because if you're going man-to-man against these 3 receivers,
tough.
That is a very tough call for any high school football player.
Andrean has won the Northwest Crossroads Conference 5 times. Hobart's won it 4 times. The winner of this matchup has won the title of the conference 3 straight years. This is a big one in the NCC. Can Hobart find its way back? We'll find out next. Brickies get the ball to start half 2. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all Orthopedic Specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
At Toyota of Maryville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Maryville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota Maryville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach. When we say we make it easy, that's exactly what we do.
For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
That was the halftime report. You see the players finishing their warm-ups for the second half. That halftime report brought to you by Hose Connections. Proven under pressure. Jay, some teams with some pressure games around the region. We've got another Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update brought to you by Indiana-made grocery store Strachan Van Til.
Yeah, Griffith 10, Calumet 7. That's at half. Also, Lowell 35, KB 7. And a little bit further south, Fishers, where my nephew plays, 35, Avon 24. Fishers on the season 4-2. Nephew had a couple touchdown catches, so a good night for him also.
Nice. What's his height weight, Jay?
6'7", 230.
Tight end?
University of Miami, Ohio. Yep, flex tight end position.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the Ohio Bobcats start in the MAC. That was Miami's biggest rival in the East, and they've fallen on their face with Frank Solich's retirement. They're 0-3 and playing at Northwestern tomorrow.
Oh.
So it's going to get ugly for the Bobcats. And if it's ugly for the Bobcats, it's pretty for the Red Hawks. So I wish your nephew a ton of luck. And if the Bobcats are bad, I won't have to watch the games and root against them, Jay. I won't have to root against them. We're on here to the second half. The Hobart Brickies. If you're Hobart, you got to feel like you got slapped in the face a little bit. Down 21-0. You are the more experienced team in terms of the starting lineups. The only inexperienced really part of this Hobart team is the quarterback, Ehrlich, who's a freshman yet to throw an interception. So I don't even know if he counts as inexperienced or a green player. Hobart feels like this is their year to win the conference, to build on their state championship appearance.
Well, you're right. Coming into tonight's game, Ehrlich had thrown a touchdown pass, but he let off that with 2 minutes, 23 seconds left, had his first pick of the season, and it turned out to be a pick six. Miscommunication between the two receivers. Looked like a crossing route, and he threw it in the middle, hoping somebody would catch it, and it goes right to a defensive back, open in the flats, walks in for the touchdown. But he bounced back, and that shows a level of maturity that you probably don't see in a freshman at this level. Very often, you're right.
You really don't see it too often. And now Ehrlich and this Hobart offense will get the football to start the second half. Maybe a little fatigue for Andrean, maybe a little complacency, because Hobart really felt like Connor Bach, the senior center, who said this week in the Chicago Tribune, this is my team now. This is a super big rivalry, and he feels like he's the leader of that center of the line. If that middle of that Hobart offensive line goes, we saw what happened last week once Trey Gibson found some space in between his guard and center.
Yeah, and Trey Gibson did a nice job on that last drive. Some big chunks of yardage. Also, a big kickoff return. So let's see if they kick it to him again.
They're going to hit a line drive. They do kick it to Gibson. He catches it at the 10 at the numbers. And he's brought down. A nice special teams play from Andrean to keep the dangerous Gibson bottled up. He gets to the 25-yard line, and that's first down and 10 for Hobart. This is the drive you're going to look for the rest of the game. This is the drive that can change how it feels for everybody in the stadium, Jay.
Yeah, I think even if Hobart doesn't score on this drive, if they get the ball past midfield and punt Andrean into a long field, I think that's still a win. You got plenty of time left to get a couple scores. Defense just has to step up.
Ehrlich in the shotgun. Will fake to Gibson, keep it himself around the right edge. He's tripped up and brought down by guess who? Drake Bowen.
Nice job of pursuit right there by Drake Bowen. I thought initially that Ehrlich was going to get past him, and then Bowen was able to just wrap his feet up and trip him up for, looks like, no gain.
And I think that those are the only plays that you see the youth of Ehrlich, just because he isn't as strong or as fast yet. Remember, the kid's still only 15 years old. There was a story in the paper last week that he's yet to grow any facial hair. So, and that's Drake Bowen, who's already got offers from about every university in the country, chasing him down. 2nd down and 10. Ehrlich, quick pass out into the flat, caught by Abbott, maybe 2 or 3 yards, and it's 2nd and long.
Well, that was a very accurate pass right there. It looked like it was right between two Andrean 59ers. So it looks like about 7 and 7, or 3rd and 7, sorry.
3rd down, 7 to go. 35-yard line is the line to gain.
Big conversion down here for the Brickies.
On what's already been stated many times by you and I, Jay, a big drive. Ehrlich, eyes downfield, whips downfield, missed his target. Anthony Williams, the tight end, was beyond the marker.
4th down, the Brickies.
And it's incomplete. 4th down and a punt now for Hobart. And so disappointing to go 3 and out. That's about the nightmare scenario for Hobart when you come out of the locker room, because now this Andrean offense, fresh, rested, because they do have two-way players, they're going to come right out and be fresh and ready to go.
Yeah, Drake Bowen lined up at the right defensive end spot, was able to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback right as he released the ball.
4th down and a punt. 3 and out, so open the half for Hobart. Jankovic back to punt. And Alonzo Paul, the man back to return. And that's a nice punt by Jankovic with a nice spiral. And it's off the hands of Paul. Ball's down. Hobart has it.
Looks like the Brickies
Hobart has it.
And I don't see any flags on the play for any interference.
And a huge turnover. I'm waiting for an official signal. Yeah, it's going to be Brickies. It's going to be Brickies football.
Sir.
They confirm it. The
first break of the game for the Brickies.
A massive break, and we're wondering what is going on inside the head of the return man. Hey, the ball's in midair. You've got a defender breathing right down your back. You got to make a fair catch. Instead, it pops off his chest and into the hands of the Brickies. And now Hobart, what felt like was going to be the most momentum-sapping 3 and out of the game, now has the ball in plus territory at the 38-yard line. Ehrlich in the pistol. Give to Gibson. Ducks his head, pushes towards the 35-yard line, only about 3 on 1st down, and it's 2nd and 7.
Bastardo on the stop.
Yeah, that looked like number 28, Eddie Bastardo, on the tackle right there. Nice job coming up from his outside linebacker position, filling the hole, stopping him for a short game. But I think you're in 4-down territory here, so you got to I think you feed Trey Gibson right here.
Well, if you've been impressed with the Andrean linebackers, Bastardo's the only starting linebacker that's a senior. So still room for improvement for the 59ers. Ehrlich tried to hand off left. Nobody was there. Big sack.
Well, some miscommunication in the backfield. That causes a big-time loss right there. Now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Jaden Marsh credited with the sack, but it's a miscommunication and a blown-up play. And it's just brutal. And again, playing behind the chains. Feels like every time this Hobart offense gets into gear, a gear slips and they would go backwards, Jay.
Yeah, they've been shooting themselves in the foot this whole game. They've had several penalties, 4th down and half a yard to go, don't get it. So, I mean, they just can't get out of their own way.
3rd down and 11, line to gain the 28-yard line. Ehrlich in the shotgun. Eyes downfield, will step up in the pocket, fire into traffic, incomplete. Anthony Williams, the intended target. In coverage, Danny O'Shea. It's 4th down and 11.
Boy, if he had just a second more to look, scan the field, he had a wide receiver along the sideline by where the first arm marker was, wide open.
And you can tell Ehrlich still staying in the pocket, staying in there, still stepping up, but he isn't as calm as we normally see him, Jay.
Yeah,
a lot of those half pump fakes, ready to throw, but not throwing it, and that's hesitation from the pressure Andrean's been bringing all day.
That and some great coverage down the field by the Andrean 59ers secondary.
4th down 11, and a punt here from Mickey Jankovic. It's a bad snap, short hop caught. And Paul will let this one roll into the end zone.
They got a big break on that one.
How unfortunate if you're Hobart. They got a friendly bounce earlier, though, so I guess it goes one way, it goes the other. And now Andrean will finally actually get the football. 2 punts for Hobart in this half. Andrean's yet to have an offensive snap. But now the 59ers, this is what you call, Jay, what some coaches call the finishing drive.
Yes, it is.
You go down the field here, if you're Andrean, you feel awfully good.
You're in the driver's seat, that's for sure. So I'm just going to see what Andrean does. Do they come out and run the ball like they've done so far throughout the game? Do they try and pass? Let's see who's in the backfield.
First down, 10 to go.
And it looks like a little swing pass to the left side. It's going to be to the Paul. Same formation they started with at the beginning of the game.
Lonzo Paul is the man in the backfield, as Jay mentioned. Patrick Clax at the bottom of your screen. Valentine looking to throw. Rolling left. It's going to be a delayed quarterback run. He's hit a little late after a slide, but looked to be unintentional. No flags on the play, and it's second down.
The player looked like he tried to jump over him and just caught him with the leg. But good coverage right there by the Brickies. It looked like they were trying to set up a wide receiver screen. They had Bowen out there trying to make a block, and there was more guys than they could block out there. Good job by the quarterback reading it and tucking it. Live for another down.
Positive yardage, 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard gain on first. Valentine, the sophomore quarterback, been slinging it all year long. Another low snap will find the breadbasket of Bowen, who stumbles forward across the 25 and makes it 3rd down and short.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4. Big play for the Brickies defense right here. Now, if I'm the Brickies, I'm going to try and take Drake Bowen out of the game, bring up an extra guy. I mean, you got to sell out somewhere. Is it the passing game that you try and stop? Is it the running game? You play some press coverage on the outside, hope for the best on the short, 3rd and short.
Line to gain is the 30-yard line. Andrean a 14-point advantage. Their defense held firm after a muffed punt.
And they've got 6 men up on the line of scrimmage.
Bricky showing pressure. The handoff goes Bowen, and he's met in the hole by Miller. He fumbled. Ball out. Trey Gibson has it.
Fumble.
And there's no replay, so that's Hobart football.
He was it looked like he was on his way down to the ground, and the ball just squirted out. He tried for that extra yard to get the 1st down. Good job of extra effort, but the ball pops out.
That's one of those, if there were challenges and good enough cameras to take a look at, that might be one. Bowen has a butt or a knee or an elbow on the ground.
It looked like he was on top of a Brickie.
We don't know. That's the brilliant thing about high school football is, hey, it's a fumble, we pick it up, we move on, and we're rolling. Brickies with another massive gift. The 2nd fumble of the half from Andrean. The 2nd opportunity for the Brickies to be in plus territory.
They've got to capitalize here.
Ehrlich, handoff, Gibson showing the speed, sprinting up the hash and close to the 1st down mark.
Looks like it's going to be 1 yard short of the 1st down.
He's just so good at navigating the field, and just it always seems like there's defenders around him, but he's always running into space. It's a really excellent talent from Gibson. Such a smart runner.
Yeah, elusive within the hole.
Yeah, and not just elusive, but powerful sometimes too.
Exactly.
2nd down and 1. Gibson again. Has the 1st down easily and pushes the Brickies inside the red zone. And now Hobart, they have the opportunity. 2 fumbles from Andrean, a chance to make it a 1-score game, and your defense has been playing well. They just forced a fumble on Drake Bowen. And this is huge. If you're Hobart, if you can't capitalize here, you don't know how many more opportunities like this you're going to get.
Yeah, you're right. Andrean's too efficient of an offense to think you're going to get another chance.
Ehrlich gives Gibson, tries to stretch it left. He's brought down. That's a great play. Damari Wright, the senior, off the edge.
I think that's one where he wished he could have gotten it back instead of trying to bounce it to the outside. Looked like the offensive lineman might have had him turn to the outside if he could have cut off that block back to the inside. he might have been able at least not to lose yards. So it's going to be 2nd down and 12.
Was a loss of 2. And a great play from the senior. Not a lot of seniors in the starting lineup for Andrean, but Damari Wright playing like one. 2nd and 12. Ehrlich, pump faked. Now he's on the run. Heavy pressure. Ehrlich fires on the run. Soft touch, incomplete. Nearly had Mickey Jankovic on a beautiful dime on the corner of the end zone, but instead incomplete.
You know what? Now all of a sudden he looks like he's second-guessing himself. He's not in that rhythm like he's been in the last 3 weeks. As I've seen him play the last 3 weeks, he was in a rhythm. He was very confident. Maybe he's a little rattled all of a sudden from that first interception he threw at the beginning of the game. So he just looks rattled back there.
Could be the interception, could be the pressure. It could even be, as you've mentioned, Jay, the coverage from Andrean. 3rd down and 12. Ehrlich, eyes towards the end zone. He elects to take Jankovic short at the 15, who's ripped out of bounds.
I think you got to go for it here.
Yeah, it's 4th and manageable, about a 4th down and 6, Jay, after the 6-yard completion.
Yeah, you definitely got to go for it.
5 for the Brickies.
Well, Jankovic has the leg to make the kick.
Yes, he does.
But I don't think you're thinking kick here. You're thinking one-score game. Hobart went 3 and out to start this second half. They got the ball first. A muffed punt. They couldn't take advantage of that. A fumble from Drake Bowen gave them this great field position. Can they take advantage?
I think if you're Andrean, you sell out. Go for the sack.
4th and 6.
They're bringing it.
Ehrlich, eyes, end zone. Got to throw it. Tossed it up. Incomplete. And a turnover on downs in the Brickies offense.
Yeah, he looks very hesitant out there. He did have a receiver running about a 6-7 yard out route on that play. Might have been open. And he just held on to the ball just a little bit too long. I think he's unsure of himself out there right now. And that's what the shows of a true freshman, or a underclassman, I should say.
Ehrlich, one of the younger players you'll see on a high school football field, one of the younger players you'll see managing the quarterback position. Specifically for a school like Hobart that's had the type of success they've had, remember, all the way to the state championship game last year. Now Andrean, who has survived 2 giveaways. They muffed a punt and fumbled the football. No points off of those 2 turnovers. Ballantyne throwing on the first play. It's tipped at the line and incomplete.
Deflected at the line.
Good job getting their hands up, the defensive lineman right there. You know you're not going to get to the quarterback, so what do? You put your hands up, try and deflect the pass. Good job right there.
Well, now as Hobart, you're trying to do it again defensively. As a defense, you're taking the ball away from Bowen. The muff punt's not defense, but you get 2 takeaways.
You come away with 0 points, so that's huge.
No, Greg Osika thinks that should be 14 points. And if it were 14, we'd have a tie ball game. Instead, Andrean with the football and the lead. 2nd down and 10. Line to gain the 24-yard line. Ballantyne in the pistol. Andrean taking their time. The handoff goes Bowen. And he's brought down from behind for maybe just a yard, and it's 3rd down and about 9. Now, again, we see that if you can close up the initial hole on Drake Bowen, he's been less than 2 yards a carry, Jay.
Right.
He's not exactly just carrying 4 or 5 tacklers every time.
No, he's not. He just doesn't look like he's got that gift yet of knowing when to put his head down, when to bounce it one way or the other. He just looks like he's a power back. I'm running this hole, and I'm going there. And
yeah.
But it does take a gang of tacklers to bring him down. There's no one man tackling Drake Bowen.
Well, and if he does get around you and on the edge, he is a bulldozer going downhill. 3rd down, long. But Ballantyne, eyes downfield, whips one over the middle to his brother for a 1st down. Scott Ballantyne to Robbie Ballantyne. The chains move for Andrean, and a combination we've seen over 25 times already this year. Awfully impressive passing game from Andrean continues as they move the chains on a huge 3rd and long.
And it looked like he threw that sidearm, a little bit of Mahomes style right there between the rush and right in the middle of the field. He did a nice job looking to his right, he had a receiver running a quick slant, looked to his right, then extended the play, and threw that ball right to his brother, bullet right in the middle of the field.
Now the sophomore Ballantyne, we talk so much about the youth of Noah Ehrlich, but the youth of Scott Ballantyne is something to talk about as well. The sophomore signal caller pitches right to Bowen. Bowen seeking the edge, trying to get downhill. He'll bounce off a few tacklers, roll his giant D1 body across the 35-yard line to the 36, and it's second down.
Yeah, he did have a few guys bounce off of him. Nice little spin move. He just doesn't look very fluid back there at that running back position.
Well, but we've seen him play at linebacker, and linebackers are actually
like to hit.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about the NFL, linebackers are a higher paid position than running back. Second down and 4.
I did not know that.
Yeah, when you can find solid guys like Tony Pollard in the 3rd round, it's hard to pay him a lot of money. Second and 4. Pressure showing from Hobart. Ballantyne under pressure. Quick toss out. Found Bowen. An easy first down. He's downhill, and he's tripped up across the 50. You see how fast he can get, though, once he has green grass in front of him.
Yeah, he can accelerate. Once he made that catch, he was down the field quickly.
I mean, he's one of those zero-turn riding mowers, the way he eats up that grass in front of him.
And then once he got downfield like that, you see none of those defensive backs did the right thing. They attacked his legs, not trying to tackle him high. They attacked his legs. So they didn't want nothing to do with that, the rest of that upper body.
And taking their time smartly, the Andrean 59ers. The play clock was turned off in the first half. The clock now being kept by the back judge, who will hold up when it gets to 5 and count down classic style with his hands. 1st and 10 from the 49. We're inside an NFL 4th quarter now, with just 14 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this game. The snap was low. The handoff went to Paul, who went nowhere, and it's a yard loss in 2nd and 11. And it's been a rough day snapping the football today for Andrean. Punting snaps have been low.
Yes.
Quarterback snaps have been low. And it's been the only negative, I think, other than the fumbles, of Andrean's offensive day.
Yeah, Andrean has played a superb offensively. They're moving the ball against a very, very aggressive, very good defense. They've been able to move the ball not only on the ground but through the air.
This Andrean squad under Chris Skinner made the regional final in 19 and 20. They won it in 2019, lost 24-21 to Pioneer a year ago. Both these teams get deep into the tournament. Ballantyne, look left, pump fake. He's under pressure, rolling out, showing good presence. Tucks and keeps, cuts back upfield, and gets across the 45, about 6 yards short of the first down marker.
And it looks like we got a player down back at about the 35-yard line.
Ballantyne brought down by number 9.
And we'll go ahead and step aside as they take a look at the injured Brickie. 30 seconds, we'll be back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
21-7, Andrean 59ers in the lead and the football. Story of the second half, Jay, missed opportunities for the Brickies.
Brickies just cannot complete the drive. They've gotten 2 big breaks and just have not been able to do anything.
A muffed punt and a fumble from Drake Bowen, 0 points off of those 2 turnovers. And now it's 3rd down and 5 to go. Andrean in plus territory at the 44. They need the 39. And Chris Skinner will take a timeout before the snap even goes. And we'll go ahead and keep it here as the Andrean 59ers have a big 3rd down. It's not a big 3rd down necessarily that they need to go down and score, Jay, but they would love to have the ball another 3 or 4 minutes and then score. That makes the task almost impossible for the Brickies.
Yeah, the Brickies defense has got to come up with a big stand. It's 3rd down and 4. They've got to stop them cold right here.
Make sure you stay with us after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio on Region Sports. Nathan Laird and Mike Byer will be on hand to recap all of tonight's action from around the region. That is the Centier Bank studio make sure you tune into our Facebook page after the conclusion of tonight's game for that broadcast to give you some updates from all around the region. If you also want to update yourself from some of the scores around the region, check out the Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on Facebook.com/RegionSports and RegionSports.com. Strachan Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVanTil.com. And remember, after the game, we'll present 3 awards: our Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game, and our IKOR CC Play of the Game. 3rd down, 5 to go. Andrean needs the 39 for a first. Valentine give left to Billy Jones. He won't get anything. Lost a yard even.
Well, what do you do if you're Coach Skinner right here?
I punt.
You whittle the clock down. It looks like, well, it's at 30 seconds, so it'll go to the 4th quarter. And they'll punt.
Jay, I mean, you've watched a lot of football. I think there might be some contributing circumstances to Ehrlich looking uncomfortable, but if I've got a coach like you, if in my ear saying, hey, I think he looks uncomfortable, I punt the ball and say, hey, go the whole field.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only does it take more time, but it's going to be a harder effort. But we'll see what the Andrean decision is in the 4th quarter. They're going to move the ball 10 yards to the other side of the field, and quarter 4 will come your way next. Missed opportunities in the 3rd quarter from Hobart. Will they find more opportunities in a comeback in quarter 4? We'll find out next. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
The Centurion Award from Century 21. It represents prestige in real estate. Winning one is an honor. Winning it multiple times describes a dedication to excellence. It also describes David Taylor of Century 21 Crown Point. When buying or selling a home in the region, you want to deal with a fixture of the region with a caring approach that has also earned him Best of the Region awards. Add your name to his list of satisfied clients. David Taylor, Century 21 Real Estate. Find out more at davidtaylor.c21.com and start packing.
The wonderful Sweet Caroline ringing through the stadium here at Andrean High School. A 21-7 59ers lead here at Father Eckert Field here in Maryville at the Andrean High School. 4th down for the 59ers, and they're electing to punt and give the Brickies a long field down 14, start of the 4th, Jay.
And let's see, who do we got back there? I thought maybe they put Trey Gibson back there, but it doesn't look like it. Get that guy in the open field, let him do it.
Snap was low on the punt. They went for a block of the punt, and this is angling towards the sideline and out of bounds. A nice punt right at the 10-yard line, and that's where the Brickies will have to go. So they're asking Noah Ehrlich, the freshman, first interception of his career today. It was a pick 6. He's got to go 90 yards to score just to get Hobart back in the game. A tall task for the 15-year-old freshman.
And this is going to be a game where he's going to grow on, and it's going to help him as the season progresses. Maybe once they get into the playoffs, this might be a game that he'll reflect on and grow up a little bit more. I mean, he's grown up leaps and bounds in the last 3 weeks that I've watched him. So this is going to be another step for him to grow with.
Well, he was down 21-0 against Chesterton week 1 heading into the 4th quarter. Nearly made a comeback in that one. 14 points in that 4th quarter. They just need 14 in this one. First carry is to Gibson, and it's snuffed out for a loss and a bad negative play to start the drive for Hobart.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to mark it right at the line.
2nd down.
I mean, you got to start thinking about, if I'm the Brickies, I've got to start throwing that ball down the field. The thing is, can you give him protection, make him feel comfortable in the pocket?
2nd down and 10. Still plenty of time for a comeback for Hobart. They have all 3 timeouts. As Ehrlich gives to Gibson, who's only able to sprint forward for 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, that hole closed up quickly. Looked like number 28 for Eddie Bestro?
Eddie Bastardo, the outside linebacker
there we go. Thank
for
you.
Andrean.
Don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, you brought the distance ones.
Yes, I did. I forgot the close-up ones. But Bastardo did a nice job sealing that hole off. It looked like it was open initially, and then he came up, closed it off. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Well, remember, he's the only senior in that linebacking core and one of only 6 seniors on the defense. Ehrlich. Quick throw, knocked down at the line. And it's just been a bad day for this Hobart offense. 4th down and a punt.
And it looked like he was falling backwards as he threw the ball. He stepped backwards and then tried to throw the ball. So he's throwing off his back leg, looked like he was trying to hit one of his receivers running a quick slant. He looks rattled.
And just got to credit Andrean and their defensive team and defensive planning.
Right.
They've done a really great job against this Hobart team with some really dangerous weapons in Trey Gibson and Noah Ehrlich. And they've kept it in front of them today, and they've forced some mistakes from the freshmen, mistakes we haven't seen from them all season long. As that punt is going to go out of bounds and be plus 40. So inside the 40 of the Brickies, Andrean will start.
36 is where they're going to mark it.
And that's great field position for the 59ers and a chance with just over 10 minutes to play, Jay, to effectively end this game if you're Andrean.
Yeah, and the way their defense has been playing, that is a nail in the coffin.
This Andrean 59ers team are looking for back-to-back NCC championships. They were the winners of the conference last year. Hobart won it in 2019. Andrea won it in 2018. Lowell won it in 2017, if you're interested. 5 NCC championships for Andrean, 4 for the Brickies. Andrean wants some space there. They'd like a little space in the NCC title. And the winner of this matchup's won the conference the last 3 years, so this is a great start. Can this be the finishing drive? Can it be coffin nails? Ballantyne, end zone, caught by his brother and for a touchdown. Ballantyne to Ballantyne.
What a great throw, right on the money. Had to slow down just a little bit. I thought the defensive back was going to be able to get his hand in there, but some great separation by Robbie on that catch.
Robbie catching the ball from Scott. The brothers Ballantyne open this game right up. A 20-point lead pending an extra point for the 59ers. And if you're the Brickies, with the way the offense is moving, it is a long road back. Nico Tovar, perfect today on extra points. Snap back, hold is good, kick is also good. 28-7. Ballantyne to Ballantyne. A 36-yard touchdown might just seal it up. The Brickies got to get a move on and got to get a move on fast. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Stojkovic and Associates utilize the latest in technology. Ethos Dental Group would like to join you in welcoming Dr. Emily Hansen to their team. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the driver recruiter at Area Transportation, where we pay more because we value our drivers.
Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Andrean with a dominant lead right now, Jay, 28-7. The 59ers, they just controlled it. Now, there was a chance for the Brickies. 2 turnovers from the 59ers, 1 on special teams, 1 from their star player, Drake Bowen. Had an opportunity there. If they could have scored on those 2, it would have been tie game, and who knows what you and I would be talking about right now.
That's right.
But they couldn't take advantage, and now here we stand, a 3-score advantage.
Yeah, I think the real real thing that we didn't see or coming in this game is how strong the Andrean defense is. They've really played aggressive, smart.
Well, we knew they had a star on defense.
Yes.
But
team defense-wise.
In team defense, Andrean hasn't really put it together like this necessarily week after week on defense. This year, they shut out East Chicago Central, EC, 2 weeks ago. They only allowed 7 points to Crown Point, but other than that, everybody else has scored 20-plus points on them. Highland had 14 last week, so it hasn't been this dominant defense. I mean, they're averaging 20 points per game allowed, but today they've shown that with Drake Bowen in the middle, if everybody else, like Trey Stevens, a sophomore, that defensive line can come along, they can be a special group. Ehrlich back to work on offense. He finds Jankovic for a first down completion, and the chains move.
I think this is a big drive for Ehrlich. Get some composure back, get back into a rhythm. Get back and get ready for next week. You know, you got another 3 games left in the season, then the playoffs start. So you've got to rally this kid back into the fold here, and then that's a good start right there. That nice throw, good offensive line blocking right there. So let's see if he can continue.
First down and 10. Ehrlich handoff Gibson, still the dangerous Gibson. He's found space. He fumbled, ball out.
And it looks like number 26.
Easily Andrean football, and that might be the coffin nails as Joe Colossi, the junior, ends up with the football for the 59ers.
Yeah, it looked like number 28 for the 59ers caused the fumble. Eddie Bastardo caused the fumble right there on the play.
You've called his name a lot here, Jay.
Yes.
The seniors really played well out of the linebacking core.
Yeah, great job. Great pursuit down the field. And then once he closed in on it, he put the tomahawk on the ball, and the ball comes out right as the back Trey Gibson was going to the ground.
Well, if you're Hobart, do you take this tape and burn it? Is it one of those games, or is it a game to learn from?
It's a game to learn from. Every game film is something to learn from.
First down and 10. Andrean with a chance to add even more to their 21-point advantage. Valentine throwing downfield, hit a touch late. Clack's trying to go up for it. Oh, and a penalty marker.
Then it looked like they were both going up for the ball. Maybe he might have had the backhand on the jersey.
On the plate.
Yeah, we'll wait for the official call.
It looked like the defensive player looked like he thought the flag was coming at him, ducked out of the way.
In my opinion, if there were a flag on that play, it should have been roughing. I think that Hobart was a touch late getting to the QB. He wasn't egregious. But, hey, maybe that's just how the universe plays out today. First down and 10. But you see, Andrean, they're not afraid to come out and score some points. They know that Hobart, with Trey Gibson, they can score 21 points pretty quickly.
Yes, they can.
So Andrean wants to make sure they pay the proper respect to the Brickies, and they're still going to try to take some shots and put some more on Hobart here. First down and 10. Valentine to Bowen. Tried stretch left to lose almost 3 yards as that play snuffed out by Flores and company.
Yeah, Flores and it looked like a couple other linebackers blitzing on the play were in the backfield before the lineman could even try and reach out for a block.
And that's officially a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14 now.
Hey, big play right there for the Brickies front.
Clock rolling, which Andrean enjoys at the moment with a 21-point advantage. The scoring in this game started with a pick 6 by Andrean's James Mantell, who ran it into the end zone from 30 yards out. Andrean's had the lead the entire game. Valentine fakes the handoff. Dump out pass. It's going to be brought in by Jacob Jones, who gets inside the 30 to the 25. He's 2 yards short of the first down marker. First time we've called Jacob Jones' name. Hey, 3 receivers with over 20 catches, but they have a 4th receiver who just made his 12th catch of the season in Jones.
Yeah, they've got a lot of weapons out at that wide receiver position, but it looks going to be like there is a penalty on the play.
Now, late holding call. Well, late us seeing it. I don't know when it was thrown. And second down and extra long for Andrean.
Well, we'll have to see what the official. Yep, there it is, the holding call.
You know, you can always tell, Jay, when there isn't a television producer present at the game, other than the fantastic Zach here, but Zach can't talk to the officials. Because in the NFL, if officials walked around the field at this pace, there would be somebody with a six-figure salary from ESPN or NBC coming down and go, yo, you are on TV. We got beyond 15.
Yeah, Bowen just carrying the burden here in this game. Like we said, though, that can, in other games, when it becomes more important, if Andrean's going to be successful, do they have Drake Bowen carry the ball this much and then have him defect from being able to play as much on defense?
Third down, 24. Ballantyne, quick toss over the middle, caught by his brother Robbie Ballantyne, fights a tackler all the way down to the 30-yard line, and it sets up a fourth down and 7.
4th and 7.
And they're not even going to run the field goal team out, but it would be a 47-yard field goal.
And, Jay, you got a thirst for some NFL-length kicks here today.
Well, you know what? I mean,
it's the second time you called for a 45-plus yarder.
Hey, you never know. You might want to work on it. You never know when you're going to need it later in the game. I mean, you're up 28-7. It's always good to work on some things during the game.
High school in an area I used to grow up in around Springfield, they had a 53-yard game-winning attempt, hit the crossbar, and bounce all the way back to the 20, and sacked on the play is Ballantyne.
Yeah, Flores on the tackle right there. Came through clean, did not even allow the quarterback a chance to set his feet and look for his receiver, because he was looking. There's one receiver set up to the short side of the field. He was looking at him all the way. It looked like he was going to run a fade route and just flip it out there, see if he could come down with it.
And it's a turnover on downs. And you know those long field goals, Jay, especially in high school, where it's just like it feels like it's in the air for 10 seconds. And you're like, go in, dink, all the way back to the 20. Game over. 1st and 10. Ehrlich, handoff, up the middle, Gibson. He'll be spun down for maybe a yard.
Yeah, Trey Gibson's had a good drive at the end of the half, and really that's been the best offensive we've seen from Hobart was that last 2-minute drive for the touchdown to put them down 21-7 at halftime.
And the story of the second half, the missed opportunities off turnovers, 2 chances getting the ball inside of Andrean territory for Hobart. They didn't score. Ehrlich under pressure, tosses one up blindly, but finds Gibson. A great throw and catch for a first down.
Now that's what we've seen from him up to this point in the season. And nice throw right there. He knew where his receiver was going to be, tried to just throw it up there, let him make the play, makes a play, gets first down.
Yeah, just a dash of cinnamon makes that arc so sweet. Dropping it over the shoulder and in. First down and 10, ball at the 50-yard line. Brickies just trying to score for some pride and a little bit of hope if things can really go their way down the stretch. A 4-yard pickup for Gibson makes it 2nd and 6.
Well, I mean, if you do get the score here, do you onside?
Yeah. Just
that didn't take long.
Onside the rest of the way, I think. And it's 2nd down and 6 now for the Brickies.
Yeah, coming up to about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
This Brickies team thought they were on an unstoppable path after starting 0-2. They had won 3 straight, all by multiple scores. Scored 35-plus points in each of those games as Luke Abbott draws in a pass from Ehrlich for a first down.
Nice job. Ehrlich, again, he looked just a little unsettled back there.
Playing fast.
Yeah, he didn't. It was a sidearm throw. He didn't step into his throw. You know, it just doesn't look characteristic of what we've seen of him last week even.
Yeah, when you're tossing the dough of the pizza, you can't get nervous. You got to do it confidently. First down and 10. Ehrlich fires off the back foot and a stone-cold drop.
Pass ball is incomplete.
In and out of the hands of the intended target, Abbott, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, that was an accurate throw for just stepping back. As the play was going, I looked right here, did not see the drop because I had a pole, a pole in my way. I went, what?
Yeah.
But just a very accurate throw off the back foot.
Yeah, well, that's one coach's circle. Hey, this is why you catch with your hands, not your body.
Right.
2nd down and 10. Ehrlich facing pressure, blind side, sprints away from it, eyes downfield, tosses on the run, and finds his intended target. Mickey Jankovic on the catch out to the 15-yard line. And the chains move again, and Ehrlich's looked really nice on this drive.
Yes, he has.
And if you're the Brickies, you're just wondering where this was in the third quarter when the game was there for the taking.
Right there, all of the receivers were running hitch and goes, and all the defensive backs peeled back because they've got a decent lead. Then when he rolled out, the receivers all did a nice job of coming back to the ball and making themselves available. Nice throw by Ehrlich right there.
Timeout taken by Chris Skinner. He had too many men on the field. We'll step aside. 30 seconds. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
28-7, Andrean with the lead. Really great playlist at the stadium today, Jay. I mean, the music has been A++. A++.
I noticed you've been jamming along with the crowd as they've been playing.
Yeah, well, I'm a high-energy guy, I like to think. Dance a few times. Is Ehrlich a handoff to Gibson? Gibson dragging tacklers across the 10.
Is that what that bucket of coffee does for you?
Yeah, actually, that's tea.
Oh, tea?
The coffee was earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely over-caffeinated most of the time. 2nd down, 4 to go. Ehrlich on a hitch, found his intended target. Abbott slipped out of a tackle. Touchdown.
Wow.
He got it in.
Nice job, Abbott. That little bit of a reach paid off. I've seen that so many times when the guy reaches and it hits the pylon or it goes out of bounds or it just slips out of your hands, but a nice job. He hangs onto the ball and gets the touchdown.
And a big-time touchdown, at least for the confidence of the Brickies offense, as Noah Ehrlich with his 7th touchdown pass of the year.
And that was to who?
Luke Abbott.
All right.
As Jankovic puts it up, puts it through, and it's 28-14. Under 5 minutes to play. Andrean, hey, they're going to have to do something with the football here to ensure a victory. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
It's been a good night for the 59ers here at their home field, Father Eckert Field. And Andrean right now, Jay, if all the results hold, this score here in Lowell and Kankakee Valley score, Andrean will be the only undefeated team left in the Northwest Crossroads Conference after tonight.
Well, let's see. They both lined up for the.
Hobart trying to avoid being beaten back-to-back years. Neither team has won back-to-back games in this series as the onside kick is recovered and then falling out of bounds smartly. And if Andrean can find a way to hold on here, Jay, they'll have won back-to-back years, 2020 and 2021. And they could even, if they finish Kankakee Valley on the schedule, they still got to play Lowell on the schedule. So
yeah, that's always a tough way to end the season, Andrean and Lowell. But
in 10, 59ers with a football trying to bleed this game out. 2-score advantage. Talking about leads, and the fumble just changed this game.
Oh, my.
1st and 10.
And now we got a real one.
And Hobart got all 3 of their timeouts left.
Oh, yeah.
Andrean only has 1. All right.
And now the Brickies have a real path, a path that they can maybe start laying some brick on.
There you go. I like the play right there.
It felt like the candle was burning to its end, but apparently there might be more to burn. This game not done yet. 1st down and 10, inside the 25 at the 23. Noah Ehrlich, the freshman, his first interception of his career today. He hands off to Gibson, who goes across the 20. A nice positive pickup of 4 or 5 yards.
Oh, and it looks like Hobart's gonna go into a little bit of a hurry up here.
Yeah, no huddle, no huddle. It's tempo. I like it.
2nd down and about 6 to go.
Line to gain is the 14. Ehrlich almost had a quick dump, elected not to take it, zips it, end zone, incomplete. Off the hands of Jankovic at the pylon.
Boy, he should have came up with that catch. If it hits your hands as a receiver coach, you should be able to catch it.
That felt like a play maybe Ehrlich had some underneath options. He decides to take the shot to the end zone, and now it's 3rd down and 6.
Well, it's definitely 4-down territory here. So I think you come back. I think you go with Trey Gibson right here and then set up for a 4th down and short.
Plenty of time left for the Brickies.
Plenty of time.
A fumble from Drake Bowen, his 2nd of the day, has given them hope. Blitz coming blindside. Ehrlich rips a throw. It's low.
It's caught.
But caught and
nice
a 1st down.
Nice throw, nice catch.
Luke Abbott on the reception.
And you saw that time Luke Abbott went past the 1st down marker, and then that led the quarterback to throw it right at the 1st down marker. He was past the 1st down marker by a full yard, so nice job route running right there.
Ehrlich scans the field, rolls out left, big trouble, slipped out of the sack. Magical play from Ehrlich.
Touchdown.
More magic from Ehrlich. Touchdown, Brickies.
Oh, boy. We got 4 minutes left in the game, and Hobart's got 3 timeouts.
Touchdown, Brickies.
All of a sudden, the Andrean side has gone silent. What a play by Ehrlich to extend the play, slips 2 tackles, and then finds a guy wide open in the back of the end zone.
And I'm not even sure who caught the football.
It looked like,
Nobody up here is sure.
I thought it might have been 28.
I think it's Braden Carlson, the fullback, slipping to the back of the end zone. And we're confirming, yes, it is. Braden Carlson on a massive touchdown catch, Jay. The listed fullback snuck to the back of the end zone. Ehrlich with magic made 2 men miss and then makes a brilliant, wonderful throw into the end zone for the Brickies to get right back into this football game.
Somebody call a timeout here?
Yeah, Coach Skinner used a timeout for Andrean.
So that's his last one. Oh, injured player on the field?
Yeah, on the far sideline for Andrean. We'll go ahead and step aside. The Brickies have battled back, and we've got a ball game. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Laborers Local 41, together with Indiana Laborers Training Center and our signatory employers, provide state-of-the-art instruction in all areas of the construction industry, from hazardous material handling and environmental remediation to road construction and highway safety. Remember to slow down in construction zones and that the Local 41 members working there are mothers, fathers, coaches, and mentors. Laborers Local 41, we build Indiana in more ways than one.
How far was that?
Noah Ehrlich has made some questionable decisions. That's uncharacteristic of him. He made one more uncharacteristic bad decision. going away from the play side towards the sideline. 2 rushers about to bring him down for a 20-yard sack, and he just finds that little bit of Ehrlich magic. Steps through the 2 tacklers' arms and then whips a ball to the back of the end zone where he finds his fullback for his first touchdown catch of the season, and now it's just a 1-score game. The extra point from Jankovic makes it a 7-point game, and the Brickies have stormed back. They have stormed the gates. They are in the castle. They are looking for the king, and we've got a big-time ball game. Jay, you and I were sitting here talking about the NCC and how Andrean just needs to win out and beat Lowell at the end of the year. They might have a secure of a share. And now this Brickies defense has 3 timeouts, 3:53, and an opportunity to give their star quarterback the football back.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
They've scored 2 touchdowns in just over a minute. They scored, that was what Luke Abbott scored it with 4:56 left in the fourth, and now Braden Carlson with 3:53 left in the fourth quarter. So just over a minute, 14 points on the board, 28-21.
And we've got a big-time ball game. Now this game is living up to the game it was meant to be. Andrean and Hobart. The matchup has determined a conference for 3 straight years. The scores from the last 3 years, if you're interested: 2020, Andrean won the matchup 35-24. Hobart blew out Andrean in 2019, 33-10. Andrean blew out Hobart 41-7. It looked like blowout was where we were headed once again, Jay. There hasn't been a 1-score game in this matchup since a 13-10 overtime game a few years ago, won by Hobart between these two. And with 3:53 left, we've got a 1-score ball game. I kick it here, Jay, and let your defense play.
I agree with you 100%, especially since you have all 3 timeouts left.
We'll see what the plan is. It's a little middle pooch punt. Billy Jones, the return man, will fall on top of it at the 18-yard line.
Jones covers that punt.
And that is where Andrean begins. Now, they just need first downs to win,
yes,
Jay.
They do.
How many first downs? You have to be better and quicker at math than I currently am to figure that out exactly. My guess is 2. 2 first downs.
Well,
feel
don't forget
really
they got
good.
3 timeouts, so I would have to say you've got to get 3.
Yeah, 3 to guarantee, yeah. So 3 first downs.
3 first downs.
And that might not 100% secure it. It's going to depend on a number of factors here. But this Brickies defense has a real opportunity. They just really need to keep Andrean off the board and give their offense just a little bit of time to operate.
And you notice that they took out
Drake Bowen
out at the running back position.
Low snap, Ballantyne. Toss left, Clax, bobbled, caught.
Great pursuit right there by the Brickies.
Only 2 yards on the play. Maybe 3. Second down long. Under 4 to play, fourth quarter. Brickies trail 21.
They called their first timeout.
So Hobart feels pretty good about the start of this series to use one of those timeouts. Let's recap how we got here, Jay. Brickies fell down 21-0 in this game. A pick 6, big plays from their offense.
Billy Jones, a 4-yard run with 7:48 in the second quarter. Drake Bowen with an 8-yard run.
And that Bowen run was set up by that laser beam down the left sideline. Ballantyne to Patrick Clax, who went up there and made a brilliant catch inside the 25-yard line. It was all Andrean. We go to the second half after Hobart battled back to make it 21-7.
Well, don't forget that right before half, Trey Gibson with the kickoff return after that score gets it to the Brickies 40 or to the Andrean 45. They punch that one in, and then they go in at halftime, 21-7.
Now, there was some drama at the end of the first half, but it doesn't matter to the game. You can go back and watch it. It was just interesting more than anything else. But Hobart had 2 opportunities at the start of this second half with Andrean fumbles, a muffed punt and then a fumble from Drake Bowen. Couldn't take advantage. It felt like it was over at 28-7. Brickies get what feels like have that touchdown, but then another fumble from Bowen and another touchdown brings us to this point. A wild game here in Andrean. You can hear the Brickies crowd from across the field. Valentine, handoff Bowen, looking for the edge, has a couple
yards. And he gets out of bounds. Huge mistake right there by Drake Bowen.
And the clock stops.
That saves the Brickies a timeout.
And could eventually save them 40 seconds.
And, that stops the clock with 3 minutes, 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it puts them at third and about 5 yards. So here's the big play right here.
Line to gain is the 28-yard line.
I mean, if Hobart does, or if Drain gets the first down, it's not the end of the game for the Brickies, but it certainly would be a huge thing for them to stop them right here on 3rd down and 5.
Clock is stopped at 3:41. Line to gain the 28. Valentine won't escape the sack.
He is piled on by a host of Brickies.
And the Brickies are going to get the football back, only down 7.
Now let's see, does Hobart uses their timeout? That looked like that was Jaden Hentz, number 36, coming up from his linebacker position to make the tackle for the Brickies, and then the rest of the team joined in.
And it's 4th down, a punt upcoming. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Brickies down 7 and due to get the football back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week.
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party.
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area.
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Big time comeback on the docket for the Brickies. They're going to get the football back after forcing a 3-and-out after back-to-back touchdowns within a minute. A dream scenario for Hobart. It's gone about as well as it can possibly go. The Brickies have been really coming after these punts, Jay. The snap is low, punt is off. And a fair catch at the 48-yard line. Make it the 49-yard line. Mark Enslin on the fair catch. 3:29 left, fourth quarter. Brickies have the ball, only down 7. And at the conclusion of this game, we're going to have a lot of options for this.
Yes, we are.
We'll have 3 awards to give away. The Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, brought to you by Crown Companies. Proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field because they are the insurance superheroes. We'll also have the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters Play of the Game and the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game. Great Lakes Roofing on the web at greatlakesroof.com. 1st and 10, ball at the 49. Brickies 14 unanswered points, and Noah Ehrlich, the freshman, back in the shotgun. He tosses one downfield, has a man, incomplete. Off the outstretched fingertips of Luke Abbott down the far sideline.
Just, if he would have thrown it just a little bit more air underneath it, the receiver would have been able to run under it. Instead, he throws a dart right down the field. It's got to be a perfect pass that way.
Well, and it's unbelievable, Jay, that we're here. My worry was that potentially if the Brickies score there, you give Andrean 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hey, don't worry about that. Let the defense take care of that. If you're Hobart, you'll take that score.
2nd down and 10. Ehrlich out of empty.
You got to do something here. Get half the distance to the first down.
Ehrlich, plenty of time. Tossing right down the middle of the field. Has Gibson. Caught it at the 10. Trey Gibson.
Wow. They've got plenty of clock to go. They don't have to hurry up. Let them get the chains down the field. Get the play. Don't waste a timeout here. Get in the huddle. You've got plenty of time. You've got 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and they're sitting on the 10-yard line.
Well, now
I think that's the worst place in the field to be. You'd rather have it like the 13, 14, get a first down, or somewhere inside. That's about as bad as you can get it. But you'll take it if you're the Brickies.
Goal to go. 1st down and goal. 7-point deficit for the Brickies. They've had 14 unanswered, looking for 21. It's been an incredible sequence of events in the fourth quarter.
Yes, it has.
The freshman Ehrlich continues to formulate his legacy here at Hobart. Ehrlich, handoff, up the middle. Gibson powering past the 5, inside the 5.
Looks like he's about the 3-yard line. Still, again, plenty of time. Take your time. Don't give that Andrean offense, that high-powered offense, time to get into field goal range or score a touchdown. They only have one timeout left, each team with one timeout.
Really been incredible what Noah Ehrlich has done since the fourth quarter began, Jay. 2nd and goal. Man in motion, Carlson, who caught the last touchdown. Handoff goes Gibson, follows blockers.
He's got it.
Touchdown, Hobart.
All right, here you go. Do you go for 2?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you go for 2? You're on the road. 2 minutes left.
No, I kick it. That's me. I got the hot quarterback. I kick it. We'll see. We'll see what the decision is. And it's going to be a kick. Ehrlich's off the field.
Do you go for a fake here?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think that'd be the worst of the decisions.
That took about a minute and 40 seconds off the clock. They got the ball with 3:45 left in the fourth quarter.
And it's 28-27. Big extra point. Nailed it.
They got it.
Tied. And Hobart, 21 unanswered. An incredible storm back from the freshman-led Brickies, and boy, do we got a game. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Absolutely incredible what we've been witness to here at Andrean High School as the Hobart Brickies were down 28-7 with 10:17 left in this fourth quarter. They have stormed back and have tied the game at 28. They've stormed back so quickly, Jay, that now Andrean might have a chance at a game-winning drive here at the end. After this kickoff, Jay will take us through the 3 scores that tied the game. Jankovic kicks it to Drake Bowen's side, and it's going to stop right at the 1. Bowen's got to take it out. Chance for a real negative play. They've got to bring Bowen down. He's still going. Somehow got out to the 15.
Here we go real quick. The scores. Luke Abbott, 6-yard pass from Noah Ehrlich. That came at 4:56 left in the fourth quarter. Brandon Carlson, TD catch from Noah Ehrlich. That came at 3:53. That was a 28-yard pass. Then Trey Gibson, a 4-yard run with 2:05 left in the fourth quarter. That puts you at 28-28. In a matter of 2 minutes and 51 seconds, they scored 21 unanswered points.
Touchdown per minute for the Brickies here in the fourth quarter.
If you're Andrean, do you play for overtime?
We'll see what the Andrean offense decides to do. Ballantyne, quick toss, Alonzo Paul. He'll step out of bounds across the 25-yard line. Really haven't called his name much since his early involvement in this one. Under 2 to play, fourth quarter. We are looking at overtime as it currently stands. The 59ers have had dominant advantages, multiple points in this game. 2 separate 21-point leads, 21-0, 28-7.
Yeah, 21-0 came at 2:54 left in the second quarter.
28-7 with 10:17 in the fourth. Doesn't matter. Brickies have tied it. 2nd down and 1, Andrean. Ballantyne, quick toss to Clax. He'll spin out of bounds. A 1st down and a clock stoppage. And now this Brickies defense is going to have to step up.
I'll tell you what, right there, Flores came in right as the quarterback released the ball. Looked like he dinged him up a little bit right there, so he might be a little fuzzy coming into this next play.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line and a timeout taken.
I think that's why they're calling a timeout. The quarterback came to the sideline, was a little shaken.
Brickies actually ended up taking that timeout.
Brickies did, okay.
Coach Osika decides to use his final timeout of the half. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And we just want to give a big thank you to Toyota of Maryville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Maryville. Toyota of Maryville. We make it easy. And the Brickies didn't make it easy on Andrean tonight. No, they did not. The 59ers fans were here. They were ready to celebrate.
Yes, they were.
In fact, I believe quite a few left. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed to me, but these stands certainly look less empty than they did when it was 28-7 with 10:17 left in the 4th quarter. If
the Bricky faithful have not left. If you look over to the other side, it is still packed.
They've stayed strong. Andrean was staring at 4-2 and 2-0 in the NCC. Now they're staring at a tie game and 67 yards separating them from the end zone and only a minute 45 left to traverse it. Ballantyne in the pistol. Quick toss, Paul trying for a block. He's going to step out of bounds after only 2 or 3 yards out to the 35-yard line.
See, now you were talking about me wanting to try the field goals, the long field goals throughout the game.
They might need to try one.
They may need to try one now. It would have been a nice little practice early on in the game to get one out of the way. You know, I haven't seen Andrean. I don't know what their kicker can do. I don't know what the distance is, where they need to go in order to get in his range.
Well, if they get inside of it and there's barely any time left, it might be something they decide to do. But now still a lot of field to traverse. Line to gain is the 43-yard line. High snap. Ballantyne thought he was going upfield. It's incomplete.
He runs a hitch. He thinks he's got a streak.
And Patrick Clax with a near deadly miscommunication for Andrean. If that's picked, there ain't nobody over there for Andrean. And that would have been, Hobart knocking on the door at least to win the game.
Yes, it would have been. So big miscommunications. The defensive backs are playing way back for Hobart and not giving up the big play, giving up something in front of them right now. So they've got to take small pieces and try and get down the field. You got a minute 37 left and one timeout. You got plenty of time left.
No timeouts for Hobart. They cannot stop the clock if they got to stop here. 3rd down and 8. Line to gain the 43. Ballantyne up the seam, incomplete. Looking for his brother,
right there.
And look for his brother Robbie. Robbie tried to dive onto the ground after the overthrow to draw a flag. A valiant effort, but no flag coming.
Yeah, it looks like on the pass coverage, number 21 for the Brickies.
And now look at the situation we've been presented. With 10:17 in the 4th quarter, the Andrean Fighting 59ers had a 28-7 lead. Jay and I were talking about their schedule. In that time, the Brickies have scored 21 unanswered points. Those 21 points came in 2 minutes and 51 seconds in the final 5 minutes of the quarter. Now the Brickies are getting another defensive stop and the ball back after this punt.
Why did they let the ball bounce? They've got to catch that ball. That is a huge mistake for the Brickies. You put 2 guys back there. You put 2 guys back there to catch the ball and not let it hit the ground. Now they just added 20 yards to the drive, a minute 20 left.
That's in the past now.
Yes, it is.
And now walking out on the field could be something pretty special.
For the freshman.
And it could be a very special career we've watched begin here for the Hobart Brickies. Noah Ehrlich had not thrown an interception in 5 games until today. He threw a pick 6 in this game. the Brickies would be kneeling this game out had Ehrlich not made that one mistake, the one mistake he's made all season long. Now with a minute 20, a chance at true redemption after a 21-point comeback. Ehrlich, quick toss, found a wide open Jankovic. He stiff arms Billy Jones and gets the first down.
No, he's gonna. It looks like they're gonna mark him a yard short.
Wow.
Big mistake right there.
Now they're gonna mark him short. 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1.
Clock is stopped.
Yeah,
so they say he got out of bounds, but short of the marker.
Both teams are really working that short side of the field through the air.
2nd down, 1 to go. Knotted up. Ehrlich. Sidearm whip, and it's caught on a dive.
And there's a flag on the play.
Penalty marker down. A very nonchalant flag from the far side official.
Now, did they call it a catch? Maybe
Yes.
he went out of bounds and then came back in bounds to make the catch.
100% a catch.
Or was it pass interference? Because he was headed towards the ground and looked like a defensive back was right on top of him.
Well, it's a huge penalty call from our white hat official.
He's really stretching this out to make us illegal participation. So he did step out of bounds and then came back in to make the catch. I don't know how the official could have saw that. The receiver was behind him when the ball was playing.
He might have been straddling that sideline or something like that.
Right.
Tough to see on the far side of the field. Anyway, 2nd down and 4. Or a short 3.
I don't know. If I'm Hobart right here, I'd try and run the ball, get the first down, so I don't give the ball back.
Ball at the 28-yard line.
And we got the officials.
Well, we'll wait this discussion. Well, they're just making sure they got everything right. Very important, and especially in a game that's turned into what it has. And they're going to mark more off.
If I'm Hobart now, I think I've got to run the ball, force Andrean to either use their last time out.
2nd down, 14 after the ball moved back.
I do not pass the ball here. I do not pass the ball.
I 100% do, but that's just you and me, Jay. We'll see what Greg Osika decides to do. He hands it off. Listen to Jay. Trey Gibson sprints quickly up the middle and bleeds a little more clock.
I come back and run the ball again.
I would throw it again. But again, are two different opinions. We'll see what Craig Osika likes to do. He played in the NFL, so if he agrees with Jay again, we'll see. That's where the expertise lies.
That's right.
I wouldn't trust me.
That's why I'm getting the big money for the color analysis.
3rd down and 5. Ehrlich in the pistol.
They're letting some clock burn, too.
Smartly. 1 timeout in the pocket of Andrean. And now they go. Handoff Gibson. Won't be able to find much yardage. It's 4th down.
Now you got to think if I'm Andrean, I call the timeout, force him to punt.
And they did. Chris Skinner uses his final timeout with 21 seconds left. It looks like the Brickies decided to play for overtime. If they can execute the punt, they might just get their wish. We'll step aside. You're watching a tie game, a comeback from the Brickies. Game night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
28-28 the score. Andrean, Hobart tied. The 59ers of Andrean, a 21-point lead in this quarter. They've held because Hobart had an opportunity to go win the game, and now they're going to be punting on 4th down. Mickey Jankovic, the man back to punt. He's had some good ones today. Nobody coming to block it. It's an end-over-end kick. Oh, and it takes an Andrean bounce. And it's out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 12 seconds, but that's enough time. Where is Nico Tovar's range, Jay's asking?
That's the question.
Where is his range? Now, a walk-off field goal in high school is a rare sight. But if they can get it set up, I'm definitely not against trying it. The problem is you got to get it set up with something to the sidelines. No timeouts for either team, Jay.
And that's, and think about it. If they complete a pass in the field and it's not a first down, that would probably end the game.
Yeah.
Because there's no way.
Well, end regulation.
And there's no way. It takes 13 seconds for you to run a kickoff team or a field goal team on and snap the ball. 13 seconds is the fastest I've ever seen it done. So they do not have enough time to run it with the clock moving.
First down and 10. The down and distance doesn't matter much with 12 seconds in a tie game. 41 yards separate the 59ers. Ballantyne tossing sideline. Clax coming back for it. He's desperately trying to get out of bounds.
It doesn't matter. It's a first down. 4 seconds left. He almost cost them the game by trying to get out of bounds. Now do you set up the field goal? It would be a 42.
Nico Tovar is out on the field.
42-yard field goal.
Nico Tovar is out on the field. So this attempt will be from 44. A 44-yard game-winning field goal attempt from the senior Nico Tovar. Ballantyne the holder. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's good. And Andrean walks it off.
Wow. What a pressure kick.
The 59ers survive the Brickies comeback.
What
and Nico
a final.
Tovar from 44 yards nails it. And nothing but emotion here at Father Eckert Field. And Andrean survives and is victorious. The celebration continues all the way to the track.
Hey, Coach Skinner, if you look at the 40-yard line, I don't know what Coach Skinner did. He looks like he's down in some pain right there.
Might have been hurt in the celebration. But unless he's in good spirits. I see him giving knuckle touches down there. He could have a broken arm. He'd probably be giving knuckle touches after seeing a finish like that. Jay and I are going to break this one down. This thrilling, unbelievable football game here at Andrean High School. 31-28 the final. 59ers survive. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tech Credit Union is the better option for personal and business banking. Buy a car, remodel your home, pay for an education, expand your business. Tech Credit Union can help you do these things and more. You'll enjoy the latest banking services, but without the cost of the big bank relationship. With branches throughout the region, fee-free ATMs nationwide, and online services, they're convenient too. Learn more at techcu.org. Contact any branch or call 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Well, we've all had an opportunity to catch our breath here in the press box. An unbelievable fourth quarter of football. It was 21-7 heading into the fourth with 10-17 in that quarter. The Andrean 59ers had a 28-7 lead. Then somehow, with 1:50 left, Andrean's getting the football back after just surviving a Brickies chance to go win the game. They march down the field, and Nico Tovar, after a beneficial bounce on a punt, and a nice job by Patrick Clax to make a catch, and they got a first down, so he didn't need to stop the clock, but he dove out of bounds to stop the clock anyway. They bring out Nico Tovar, and Tovar nails, Jay, a 44-yard game-winning field goal. That's quite a distance at the high school level, and Andrean survives. It was an ugly fourth quarter. Nobody's going to care, though. They win.
There, I'm back. You know what? If he could have held him up for a second or two more, the clock might have ran out on that play if he doesn't get out of bounds or falls down. The defensive back was holding him up. He's fighting for yards. If he lets him fight a little bit longer, I know he's not thinking that. The clock might have ran out, could have ended the game possibly right there before they could run the kickoff or a field goal team onto the field.
But it ended up working out.
Did.
Field goal made. Andrean wins 31-28. Woo! And we've got some awards to give out. Honestly, I want to start with the Brickies. What a comeback. What an effort. And frankly, they're going to be going home going, we had two takeaways in the middle of the third quarter, at the beginning of the third quarter, and we didn't score a single point off those two takeaways. We do that, maybe we come out with a 2-score win here at Andrean. Instead, they're the victims of a walk-off field goal after a wonderful 21 unanswered point comeback attempt in the fourth quarter.
With less than 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they come back and score 21 points.
It all happened in 2 minutes and 51 seconds, Jay. An absolutely incredible feat from Hobart, but they don't get a win out of it. Andrean gets the win on the walk-off, and that's what makes it thrilling. Just before we get to awards, Jay, any just general final thoughts from this one?
You've got to be. Both teams played a great game. Hobart just didn't seem to get any traction going until all of a sudden in that fourth quarter with 5 minutes left, they got their traction going. Their defense woke up a little bit. They gave up the last score with 10 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth. They were up. Andrean was up 28-7. Then all of a sudden, Hobart defense sort of woke up and just slammed the door on them. Then all of a sudden, the offense, Ehrlich, looked like he overcame that pick six he had in the game, early in the game, in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left. It seemed like all of a sudden the lights went on. He just started throwing crisp passes. The offensive line gave him some time to throw the ball. It just seemed like it was all clicking for Ehrlich. It just took him a while. I think he looked so unsteady in the backfield that he just wasn't sure of himself until that last 5 minutes.
Well, he certainly looked like the player we know he is.
Yes.
And honestly, beyond the player we know he is. Some special stuff there
right
from Noah Ehrlich. I'm thinking of the touchdown to go down 28-21. It's such a shame. We have so many plays of the game we could give away. It would put the Brickies down by just 7, where he sprints out right, a really bad decision, to go backwards 15 yards, somehow slips out of the grasp of two Andrean tacklers and finds, of all people, his fullback in the back of the end zone to make it 28-21. And just it was plays like that were special from Noah Ehrlich, and he deserves all the credit. And we're about to give him some more.
Yes,
but let's go ahead and talk about our awards for tonight. How about the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game? Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game is brought to you by Crown Companies, the insurance superheroes, with offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Your superhero of the game, Jim?
I'm going with Scott Ballantyne. He had such a great game. He had a touchdown pass. He had a big play to Patrick Clark in the first half in the second quarter that set up one of their first 3 touchdowns. He had a fabulous second half, was throwing the ball all over the place, had over 200 yards passing, just a great job passing and moving the ball around, and a great job on that last drive to get that completed pass into field goal range for the win.
And a beautiful, beautiful game-winning field goal. Let's talk about that play, because that was our Crown Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, brought to you by Crown Companies, the insurance superhero. Scott Ballantyne with the award win there. The sophomore quarterback. We talk about the freshman Ehrlich, just a sophomore. Ballantyne on the other side. this is going to be a fun quarterback rivalry over the next 3 years. I'll tell you that. We want to now name our Great Lakes Roofing blue-collar player of the game. Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. And to me, it's got to be one man. It's the man that had to battle back from a pick six, his first interception of his high school career, and he found a way to make a 21-point fourth-quarter comeback. Noah Ehrlich.
Noah Ehrlich, 2 touchdown passes in the game, great composure, overcame adversity to begin the game, and just I think he grew up another notch today by overcoming that initial controversy on that pick six. What a great job. He's grown leaps and bounds. Every week I see him, he's getting better, and that's a lot to say for a freshman.
Well, I mean, the third to fourth quarter difference for Ehrlich was incredible, and you can see the high-end potential that this kid possesses. Just another 3 inches and 25 pounds of muscle. I mean, you're looking at a Division I quarterback. Will he gain that? That remains to be seen. But right now, he's on his way to being a Brickie legend. Someday. If he keeps playing like this and making comebacks like that, remember, down 21-0 against Chesterton week 1, they stormed back with 14 points and were a missed tackle away from getting the ball back in that game with Ehrlich on fire. So this isn't new from the kid. He makes another storyline even in a tough Hobart loss. He is our Great Lakes Roofing blue-collar player of the game. That's Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor on the web at greatlakesroof.com, or you can call 886-551-7121 for a free estimate. All right, now this one you probably know what it is. It's the IKORCC Play of the Game, brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future at IKORCC.com. Jay, it's Nico Tovar from 44 yards out, the game winner. The game winner.
And you talked about it right before it happened. How often do you see a game-winning field goal in high school football?
That's the first one I've called. I've done now 78 high school football games, Jay. I don't know where you're at. You must be in the hundreds.
Well, let's see. 15 years of doing this, roughly about 10 games a year. So I'm in the 150, 160 range.
So, and you haven't seen a walk-off field goal?
I have. This is my first.
All right. See, it is rare.
It is very rare.
Very rare, but it was executed today by Nico Tovar, and that's our IKORCC Play of the Game. You were asking what his range was all day.
Yes.
You asked him to try a couple 40-plus yarders. It called you crazy, and he comes out and makes a 44-yarder to win the game. I think it even helped him that it was on this right hash, Jay, because you can yank that leg through and let it carry left.
Yeah, but it looked like it split the uprights.
Yeah, it was a great kick and a great win for Andrean.
Yeah, and he had I would say about another 4 or 5 yards to spare on it.
Maybe even 8 if you get lucky. Maybe another. Maybe he could have got it from 50. Maybe he could have got it from 50. Boy, that would have been incredible. But 44 yards, Andrean is going to take it. Those are our 3 awards. The IKORCC Play of the Game, brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. The Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. And the Crow Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, brought to you by Crow Companies, the insurance superheroes. Any final thoughts from you, Jay, after what was the most thrilling game on our airwaves in 2021?
Yes, it has, and I'll tell you, what a comeback by Hobart. Just a shame that they waited until the 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter to wake up. But a great game nonetheless. Neither team has anything to be, sad about. Hobart has nothing but something to build on from that fourth quarter. And they've got to work on a few things, and one of them has got to make sure Drake Bowen learns how to hold on to the football. He had, I think it was 2 or 3 two fumbles.
Might have been 3.
2 or 3 fumbles tonight. And along with the punt fumble, so they had 3 or 4 turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, and
that's what brought them back into the game.
And it would have won the Brickies the game had that offense come out the way they played in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
because it was 2 opportunities, golden eggs landing right in the Brickies' hands to start the third. When those opportunities left, you felt like that was the last chance the Brickies would ever get in this game. But, man, they show something else. They show something else with the comeback effort, and Andrean shows something else of not being – most teams would be decimated by that type of momentum, but they take a favorable punt, and they end up setting it up for the game winning field goal. All right, that's going to do it for us here at Andrean High School at Father Eckert Field. We want to thank the athletic director here at Andrean, Mike Schultz, for all his help today, both the coaches, Chris Skinner and Craig Osika. We also want to thank our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, and our coordinating producer, Nathan Laird, our game producer, Zach Miller. Zach did another wonderful job today, and we are not in... we are not ever in perfect scenarios in high school football, right? There's press boxes, Andrean. We made it work up here, and Zach did an amazing job with limited space. We had the coordinators of Hobart behind us during this game, Jay. Well, maybe not even, just some offensive assistants were up here.
Yes.
So it was a really interesting way to experience the football game. There was moments I was like, am I in your way? Like, do you need to see by
Believe me, they
like,
would have let you know if you were in the way.
Yeah, they would. They would have for sure. So a great job from Zach Miller, and an excellent job, as always, by our video man up on the roof, Brandon Root. A great production and a very great game to be a part of. And really grateful that I got to be a part of it. I want to thank Jay Simmons, my color commentator to my left. I'm Lucas Moore. The final score, one more time, the Andrean Fighting 59ers advance to 4-2 and 2-0 in the conference. The Hobart Brickies fall after a valiant 21-point comeback attempt to 3-3 and 1-1 in the NCC. Next week for Hobart, they head back home to the Brickyard to play KV, Kankakee Valley. And for the Andrean 59ers, they stay here at Father Eckert Field to battle Munster, another NCC matchup. The conference is certainly in front of Andrean now. We want to thank everybody for watching around the world at Facebook.com/RegionSports and RegionSports.com. 31-28. Nico Tovar, 44-yard walk-off winner. You've been Bum, 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 bum.